Trey's the MC. All right, standing by.
Is that him?
That's the director.
That is. I turned it on for maximum.
Big overhand right there, Saki then. Though that really caught on. About 8 minutes. Still stopped a bit. There's another big left hand and in. Way through the centre. In comes Jeff Hines and waits his fight over.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the banqueting suite, Ellen Road. Mark Bateson, in co-promotion with MTK Global, presents an evening of championship boxing. Live on IFL TV. Our officials are ringside this evening. Steward in charge, Alan Alster. Inspectors, Kurt Haslam and Barry Colson. The timekeepers are Amjad Jitta and Chris O'Connor. Our referees are Andy Brooke from Leeds and from Bury A-Star, John Latham. Ladies and gentlemen, our first bout this evening is a middleweight contest of 6 two-minute rounds. Please welcome to the blue corner from Hungary, Claudia V.
Well, welcome everybody to the banquet hall here at Ellen Road in Leeds. We have got a jam-packed card for you tonight. Bateson Promotions in association with MTK Global, counting down to Jack Bateson versus Ramesh Mahmood for the English Super Bantamweight title. We get things underway with Claudia Vig versus Ellis Hopkins. Great pleasure to be joined by Barry Jones this evening. Claudia Vig first into the ring. 38 professional bouts, 139 rounds, joining us this evening from Budapest in Hungary.
And entering into the red corner from Colville, Leicestershire, Ellis Hopkins.
Well, eagle-eyed fight fans might remember Claudia from previous visits to these shores. She boxed undefeated Savannah Marshall, the other side of the Pennines, at Victoria Warehouse in Manchester. But tonight, it is Ellis Hopkins on her second professional bout. Won her debut when she opened the show at the Manchester Arena on the Gamal Yafai versus Jason Cunningham undercard, when the latter became EBU European Super Bantamweight champion. That will have whet the appetite for Hopkins, who beat Borislava Goranova on points over 4 two-minute rounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a middleweight contest, 6 two-minute rounds. Introducing in the blue corner, wearing the black and white shorts, weighing 10 stone, 10 pound and 2 ounces, from Budapest, Hungary, Claudia V. And in the red corner, wearing the blue and white shorts, weighing 11 stone and 6 ounces, from Colville, Leicestershire, the undefeated Ellis Hopkins. Your referee for this contest is Andy Brooke.
Andy Brooke calls them into the middle. The opening bout of the evening, Ellis Hopkins versus Claudia Vig. Now seems like a great opportunity to say hello to Barry Jones. Welcome, Barry, back up north.
Yes, looking forward to it actually.
Yes,
And I'm looking forward to seeing Ellis as well. I did the debut, of course, and she was absolutely fantastic.
Second round, round 1.
Well, Ellis Hopkins Got a great reception on the way in. She's brought a great fan base with her. 6 2-minute rounds to get the show under the way. And a great jab to begin with, pushing Vig back.
And that's what she displayed in her debut contest. Hopkins was a fantastic jab, left hand. And that's, of course, we all know that. That's the building block for every combination. That's a lovely left hook to the body there from Hopkins.
Well, the debut was over 4 rounds, 6 this evening. 2 minutes apiece, but 6 rounds gives her a little bit more time to be patient, to build on some fundamentals.
Yeah, lovely feints there from Hopkins. That's the way. See those little feints there, just doesn't allow the other girl to either attack or defend. She knows what to do, so she'll either tuck up tight or she'll fire off from an uncomfortable position. That gives Hopkins an opportunity to land those combinations.
Hopkins early on, just happy to dominate that ring position in the middle and catches Vig with the left hand on the way out. Sharp with that left hand, Hopkins.
It's a little bit Savannah Marshall, isn't it? To be fair, nice and relaxed. Nice and it almost seems like like a walk in the park. But every move is sharp. The jab is solid. Judgment of distance is very good. Oh, not sure if that was a little bit low there. That left hook to the body there from Hopkins. There's been lovely composure for a second fight. It's fantastic, isn't it? Take the centre of the ring, good composure.
Oh, close with the right hand there. But composure is a key word that you've used there, Barry. Almost an antagonistic smile on her face as we come to the end of the first round as well.
Oh, good long left hook there, and a solid right hand there from Hopkins.
And then the body shot and the left hand to end the round. And yes, having those extra 2 rounds there, very obvious that she's not in a rush. Barely out of breath, getting some corner advice.
Well, it's a fantastic start because she's gone about the business very, very quickly without rushing any of her work, without breaking sweat, without getting out of second gear. And it all started behind a real solid left-hand jab there from Hopkins. She worked behind that, dipped down to the body very early as well. So at one point, there's a nice 3-punch combination. Started with the body shot, finished with a head shot. These are all things that are really, a pretty advanced stuff for someone only in only their second contest. I thought that was a lovely display of composure, confidence, and ring generalship in general, really.
So round 2 of 6, first bout of the evening. Alice Hopkins, it's her second professional bout. We've got a couple of debuts today as well. So do stick with us. A very warm welcome wherever you're watching around the world. Super relaxed, just stretching out that shoulder, Hopkins.
Again, speaking of shoulders, every time she makes a little movement, there's always a little roll of the shoulders, just disguising every bit of work she's doing.
Oh, right hook, lead right hook is a big one. And the jab as well.
Yeah, the jab's solid, isn't it? Real good shot.
Vig looking to engage there, and Hopkins having none of it. Getting in behind the jab, and that left hook to the body for Hopkins.
Well, I think she's felt that body shot there, Vig. Left hand's low, right hand's clutched, right elbow's clutched to the right ribs there. Again, there's no rush to the work there to Hopkins, just nice and controlled. And that's just again, it's been a beautiful jab, hasn't it, tonight?
And the right hand this time, just and that left to the body again.
Well, Vig does nothing. She stays there. She doesn't hold, doesn't fight back, just sits on the rope.
Yeah, and those laboured changes of direction. Just let Hopkins set herself.
Oh, good right hand.
Over the top, and then gets Vig onto the ropes.
Come to life of it, no, Vig, hasn't she? He's taking a good shot.
2 rounds in. And more good work from Hopkins. Just towards the end of that round there, we just saw the suggestion that she might start to go through the gears.
Yeah, but I still think it's very important that she doesn't rush her work. I think she can up the pace a little bit now, but I think the fact that she's keeping her distance all the time, not getting too close to the target, which means she can produce the better work, the better shots, the quality in the work. Again, you don't see her getting that front foot too close, allowing Vig to hold on or survive. Everything's from range, everything's comfortable for her. She's getting full extension in the punches and also better vision. She can see the target better. I think it's been a fantastic display so far. Really, for a young girl in a second fight, it's a very mature performance.
20 years of age.
10 seconds, scholars.
Her father, her family, all of her gym
Seconds out.
share
Round
her ambition.
3.
They're quoted as saying, "We have one goal, world champion." I mean, she'll certainly face sterner tests then this evening.
No pressure then.
Yeah.
My father had one goal: get me out the house. That was it.
And it worked. Here we are. Over borders and everything, Barry Jones. But this is the opening bout of the evening, and Ellis Hopkins dominating Claudia Vig. As we expected she would, however, still important to put on a show and build those blocks for a professional career. On another body shot, that one came off the arms, but still looked like it hurt Vig.
Well, Vig can control. When Hopkins throws a feint, Vig's lost. Oh, some lovely work there. See that then digging to the body, then throwing that right hand over the top. But it's again, there's a little half a step back just to produce the space to throw that right hand.
Oh, lead right hand again.
See, I still think if she feints a little bit and gets her left foot a little bit closer, she doesn't swing that right hand, she turns from the hips and makes that right hand a little bit straighter, that's a better shot for her.
Oh, the body shot drops Vig. You suggested that she was hurt from one earlier on, but she dug that left hand in. Vig is up. But is that the beginning of the end for the Hungarian?
Well, this is where the Hopkins got to, she's controlled the pace nice and comfortable. Now this is where she's got to step on the gas now. Lovely left hook there from Hopkins. Again, that jab is just so strong, isn't it?
Just seeing Hopkins use her extra physicality there. That's the first time we've seen her really fall on Vig in the ropes, just looking to do everything she can to erode the physicality of her opponent. Vig down, another good round for Hopkins.
It's fantastic, better. She's getting better every round, isn't she? I think it's a fantastic display. Again, no stand up. No, I don't really think she upped the pace a little bit more. She's just planting her feet, and she's just starting to throw a bit more weight and purchase into the shots. There's a good right hand to the body. I think she's threw a left hook before it, and then landed a good right hand to the body then. And obviously Vig had taken a few already in the last couple of rounds, and had to take a little bit of a breather. And then Hopkins up the pace then, put pressure on her. But Vig's seen it to the obviously to the bell onto to the last round. It'll be interesting if Hopkins don't put the foot on the gas and go for the finish.
Well, let's go back to that composure point then, because we've got a lot of boxers early in their career this evening. We've got debuts for Will Harrison next, Kobe McNamara later on as well. And particularly when you've got a travelling fan club, as Ellis Hopkins has here this evening, the temptation is to go in and really try and make a statement and knock the block off your opponent. And we've not seen that from Hopkins this evening, have we?
No, sorry, you've got to say it's a lovely, like a right screw shot there from Hopkins.
Sharp again. Digs in another heavy body shot.
Actually, you know what? She doesn't dig it in. It's all smooth there. No, she's throwing a good shot and there's weight behind her, but she doesn't exert too much energy. She turns from the core, she whips it in. It's really good technique.
And that low left hand, right hand up around the chin, throws the lead right this time, and again goes to the body. And Vig tucks those elbows in.
She's quite tough, isn't she, Vig, to be fair? No, whatever this looks like at home, being close up here in the shots, they're heavy punches, and correct and clean. Oh, good jab there from Vig.
2 body shots again from Hopkins, not going headhunting. It's a body shot that yielded the knockdown in round 3.
And talk about composure, but the concentration of Hopkins has been very good. She's never lost focus, and that's why she hasn't made many mistakes. So her focus has been so good that she's kept the foot placement in well. She's kept the distance to get the full extension on the punches.
And another body shot to that spot that dropped Claudia Vig. She just stumbled backwards then, like she's starting to slow again, and then gets cuffed onto the ropes.
Oh, what an uppercut!
Oh. Just more clean shots right on the bell, finishing the 4th round in style. Four rounds down, still 2 to go, Barry Jones. What impressed you that round?
The round, pretty much, from start to finish. I think she started fast. She felt, I thought it was the last round, but she put her foot on the gas though, off from the bell. I think that's because she already heard Vig in the last round to test it to see what her result was like. Seeing that Vig was still within herself, so she relaxed again. Maybe she could have put more pressure on it and kept the pace. But she used her brain. She relaxed again, went about her work in a methodical but impressive manner. I thought, picking her shots well. There was one right hand in there. There was a lovely uppercut and a lovely straight right hand somewhere within that round, which was just sheer class.
Round 5.
Penultimate round then. Alice Hopkins again, straight to the middle of the ring.
See, I think obviously they told her to go out there now and be dominant, but when she tries too hard, I think she gets too close, as we've seen there. Because that's one of the few times that she's missed a combination because the front foot's too close because she's trying to get the girl out of there. I think up the pace a little bit, but I wouldn't get too reckless. That's good work there, doubling up with the left hook.
And then Vig manages to throw in the clinch. Those clean shots have been few and far between for Claudia Vig. Oh, lead right from Hopkins. Which, to be fair to Vig, she wears well, but she doesn't want to take too many of those.
And they're just above us now. You can hear the weight, can you, when she digs in that body shot. Like Vig's no world beater. Let's not get carried away with that. But it's still, for a young girl, just to straight away take the centre of the ring, be dominant in every department. And again, I say it all the time. Good right hand. I say it all the time about youngsters and early in their career, about keeping your shape, don't lose your composure, keep your concentration levels. All these things are quite important to learn early. Good habits, and she's got them. It's a great jab again.
Yeah, she went to put the big right hand on the end of it and couldn't quite get there. It's also quite difficult to really get the impact of the shots when Vig is very often already going backwards because she knows the shot's coming. And Hopkins wraps up. And big shots bounce off the gloves. A little apology there from Hopkins for landing that jab just after the bell, but 1 round to go. And more of the same. The jab looks good. The right hand's heavy.
Well, she's just in full control, isn't she? She's doing what she wants to do. She's maybe, if you want to be overcritical, she could have upped the pace a little bit more, maybe. But I'm well happy with the way she's boxing. No, they won't care about that, of course, in their corner. But also, she could cut the ring off a little bit. She did it now and again. She cuts the ring off, but she's still sort of following Vig around a little bit, even though she's dominant and she's bullying Vig from the first round up until now. She could still cut the ring off a little bit more just to get Vig to stay in the corner and then work her over. But apart from that, I think it's been an A-class performance from her. It really has.
Seconds out for the 6th and final round.
Final round of the opening bout then. Alice Hopkins has been impressive for 5. These 2-minute rounds in this opening bout of the evening. Claudia Vig, this is her 39th professional bout. She was dropped in the 3rd round, but to be fair, she has hung in there. She's seen pretty much the full skill set of Ellis Hopkins.
Good left hook there from Vig. Just in close there. Hopkins got a little bit too close.
Another couple of body shots from Hopkins, right then left, and then gets the left hook. But again, Vig wears incredibly well.
So the best shot in that combination was the right uppercut through the middle. Beautiful shot. Bit of a character, this Vig, isn't she?
Yeah. Left uppercut this time, and the follow-up for Hopkins just misses. Yeah, she's boxed a few times in the UK. And given how durable she's been this evening, I can imagine we'll be seeing her on cards for quite some time, Claudia Vig. Another good jab from Hopkins.
And even though there's been more impressive shots from Hopkins, it's been the jab from early days that have forced Vig in retreat. Anytime she's had any, and it's been very few, any bits of any thoughts of ambition, that jab has pushed her back, put her back in her place. Oh, good right hand from Hopkins, and again.
Final few seconds then, round 6 and the fight. Hopkins versus Vig. Good way to open the show. We will go to the scorecards, but I can't see anything else other than a comfortable Hopkins victory. And you've spoken in glowing terms about it for the last 6 rounds, Barry, but that's because it's been a star-studded performance, really. The future's bright for Ellis Hopkins.
It is. It's against a journey person who's obviously not going to come to cause a massive upset. So we have to be realistic about that. But it's not about that. This is still a girl in her 2nd fight. She's 20 years of age. There's so much learning to do. But again, the way she conducted herself from start to finish, because you can get when you're up against someone who's unambitious, you can make mistakes. You try and be too flash or too aggressive, or try and get the stoppage that's not going to come. She never overreached with anything. She never tried too hard to do anything. She stayed boxed within herself. She upped the pace when she needed to. Everything was behind a solid jab. The fundamentals were good. Her vision was good. Her foot placement was impressive. She kept that distance so she could get full extension on every shot, and nothing was coming back that could reach her because she was always in a safe position. I think it was a really mature and conclusive performance.
Our referee Andy Brooks scores the contest 60-53 to your winner, as still undefeated, Ellis Hopkins.
Well, Hopkins awarded every round, and then there was the knockdown for Vig as well, so 60-53. A very impressive 2nd professional contest for Ellis Hopkins. She moves to 2-0, still looking for that first stoppage, but I'm sure that will come, particularly against more game opponents. For Claudia Vig, that is another defeat, but she can have her head held high because there'll be plenty who are stopped before time. But the photos, the celebrations, and a good job well done for Ellis Hopkins this evening.
Yes, and it was enjoyable to watch. Most one-sided fights are not, because they're one-sided, and that was clearly one-sided. But it was nice to see skill. It was we've seen some good fights where it's just it's untidy and it's rough and it's a bit of a war. And that wasn't. That was just neat and tidy and clean. And it was Hopkins. And again, I keep saying the same thing. For a young girl, that's quite impressive.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest is a welterweight contest of 4 3-minute rounds. Please welcome to the blue corner, from Glasgow, Gary Maguire.
Well, Gary Maguire versus Will Harrison is the next bout in. And world champion co-commentators who might be in Leeds, but they're like London buses because Barry Jones steps out, Maxi Hughes steps in. Great to have you here, Maxi. How are you?
Brilliant, thanks for having me on, and I'll tell you what, it's nice to be on this side of the ropes for a change, and knowing I'm not going to get punched tonight is very nice.
Hey, look, I've seen some of the people who are in the audience this evening. Don't count your chickens before they hatch.
I'm looking at Barry thinking he's eyeing me up, thinking I'm nicking his job.
Well, consider this your 4-round trial. Gary Maguire
Please
in the ring.
welcome to the red corner, from York, making his professional debut, Will Harrison.
Well, Gary Maguire in the green trunks, 27 years of age, come down from Glasgow today. Opposite him, Will Harrison on debut. And he's someone that you've been alongside in the gym, obviously at very different stages of your career. But what have you thought of young Will in the time that you've known him?
He's been in the gym with us now for about a year, and you know, he's a long-awaited debut. He's worked really hard in the gym, to be honest. You know, us lads, when we've sparred him, we've given it him, to be honest, and he comes back to the gym every night, so he's stuck it out. So I'm excited to see him put everything into practice what he's learnt with us.
Will Harrison, his debut here, a Yorkshireman making his debut in Leeds.
This is a welterweight contest of 4 3-minute rounds. Introducing in the blue corner, wearing the green shorts, weighing 10 stone and 6 pounds, 6 ounces, from Glasgow, Gary Maguire. And in the red corner, making his professional debut, wearing the white shorts, weighing in at 10 stone, 4 pounds, 6 ounces, from York, Will Harrison. 4 3-minute rounds, and your referee is John Latham.
4 3s to get Will Harrison's professional career underway. Now, you say you put it on him in the gym. Is that a sort of rite of passage for these young lads who think they're going to come in and be a world champion? You need to show them who's who and what's what and what it takes to be a pro.
Absolutely, you know, we've been there. We've been at, you know, at top level, so we've got to show these young guys this is what it takes. This is what's coming your way.
And in terms of advice, is there anything said, or is it all action in the gym?
It's a bit of both, and he's a good listener as well. You know, he'll stay behind and we'll all chat and we'll discuss and give advice.
Well, Will Harrison all in white. His opponent Gary Maguire, 23 professional bouts. He lands the left hook early, does Maguire. But you can see just from that shot there, Harrison is coming a couple of pounds lighter than Maguire, but does look big and tall at the weight.
Yeah, it's very, very tall for the weight, and he just needs to start using that, and that's what we've discussed in gym. Use your advantages.
Oh, lands a heavy
Lovely.
right hand there to Maguire. So 23 bouts into his career. Of the 21 losses, he's been stopped 5 times. Specialises in fledgling pros and debuts. In fact, Will Harrison is the 10th debutant that he's welcomed to the pro game.
I'm sure Gary will give him a good test.
Oh, nice work there from Harrison up top, and then lands the body shot.
Just don't need to be too eager tonight. Don't be too eager to impress.
Which I suppose is easier said than done in front of a Yorkshire crowd, being a Yorkshireman, and you want to make a name for yourself, because as you well know, these Yorkshire boxing fans really do get behind their fighters if they feel as though they've got a future.
Absolutely, very proud county, and it is hard. Will's sold a lot of tickets tonight for his debut, so he just got to listen to what Sean's saying and stick to his boxing.
Well, looks steady, dominating the middle of the ring. Maguire skirting around the outside. Looks to have a decent jab that we've just seen again there. Which again, with the height and the reach, will be a massive asset.
He's doing the right thing, is Maguire, jabbing to the body. Good body shot.
Right hand off the gloves, but it looks a heavy shot.
Yeah. Reading up already around the body is Maguire.
Another jab to the body there from Harrison. Wild right
Lovely
from
uppercut
Maguire.
there. I'd like to see a few more feints from Will.
Good work on the ropes. Final few seconds around number one. Oh, and then Maguire just having to wrestle his way out of the corner.
Grabbing and holding.
And a good opening 3 minutes.
Yep, first professional round out the way. He's looking good, looking sharp, not too eager.
Well, I'm going to use these little bits of time we get together to talk about you and how it's been and what the future looks like. First of all, how long's it been now? Eight weeks, something like that?
Since the last fight?
Yeah.
You're lucky, yeah, around 8 weeks. Yeah. And it's wore off.
Oh, come on.
It's forgotten about in our house. The belt's in the wardrobe.
But you keep it in the wardrobe because then you don't have to dust it, you know?
Exactly, yeah. Good
But
point.
incredibly special time of your life, I'd have thought.
It is, and a long time coming. I'm into my 12th year as a professional now, and you know I'm now only just getting my breakthrough. But it's hard work, sacrifice paid off.
Certainly has. And you know, I've got you for this fight and the next one, so I'm not going to get too deep into it. But certainly got a few more things I'd like to ask you as we come out for round two. Will Harrison versus Guy Maguire. Harrison trying to work that right hand straight away, then getting back on the jab.
Looking sharp with the jab.
Yeah, really sharp. But you'd just like to see him feint a little bit more.
Yeah, as you can see, when there's distance between them, Maguire's got a good high guard. He's got to open him up, and as you saw, he's just come back there with a lovely body shot. Good
Of
job.
course, people like Guy Maguire, they do have losing records. They go on the road. They're a rite of passage for people like Will Harrison, but he's no mug. Scottish amateur champion.
They don't get enough credit
No.
to the guys with a losing record. It doesn't tell the tale of how good they actually are.
Oh, tries to get the uppercut through there, Harrison.
A nice variety is coming in with tonight.
And they look sharp shots.
Credit to Maguire with his defence. He has got a good solid defence there. There's not much getting through too cleanly there.
So with that high guard then, if you could shout to Will now, what would you like him to do to try and get him to drop that, to try and create those openings?
It's a touch upstairs and drop downstairs. You know, vary your attacks, body and head. And like I said, throw the feints. Try and get him to draw him to throw something, let something go and counter him.
And Harrison throwing good strength there, using Maguire's momentum to get the turn onto the ropes. Coming up to the final minute of round two. This one's scheduled for 4 threes. Second bout of the evening, our first debutant. We've got Kobe McNamara coming up later as well.
Lovely uppercut there.
Yeah. I like that uppercut. It's coming off the gloves at the moment because, as you said, Maguire's got that tight guard, but that looks like a shot that could really serve him well in the future.
If he starts letting it go behind a jab, you know, there's a chance that it can get under them gloves and get it under that chin.
Nice left hand on the end of that combination from Harrison. Just started to see the combinations, just a few more punches on the end of them for Will Harrison.
So he's warming into it now.
Final 10 seconds. Another decent round here for Will Harrison. Maguire taking a lot of shots to the arms, a lot of shots to the gloves.
He is, as you can see, he's really reddening up now around that body and them arms.
By comparison, Will Harrison sat over there in the corner, looking pretty composed.
Looks fresh.
Yeah, he does. Talk about having Sean in the corner. What kind of things does he... is the messaging different with you and Will, or is it all pretty simple instructions just to follow to get you through the next round?
Yeah, very, very simple instruction. You know, you've only got a minute, so we don't want to overload you with information. Simple instruction, it keeps it really calm, and it's easy. The instruction's easy to follow. It's everything that we do at gym. Nothing overcomplicated with what Sean, tells us to go out and do.
Oh, that's interesting. So the messaging's similar in the ring to the gym, because I suppose that's where you're comfortable. That's what you're used to. Nothing changes. Fight relaxed.
Yeah, you want to be as comfortable as possible in there, and that's what Sean wants you to be at ring.
Get comfortable, win world titles.
That's
Easy as that.
Just a bit of boxing, as he likes to say.
Of course. Oh, nice shot there from Maguire. Just got the jab away. Again, Harrison just hammering that piston-like jab into the gloves of Maguire.
It's one thing we have discussed with Will in the gym, and it's nice to see him doing it. Told him not to pour that jab out, ram it out. If it's going out, ram it out and get it straight back to your chin.
Yeah, if you've got a tool in your locker like he's got there, you need to take full advantage of it, don't you?
He's very tall for the weight, so use it.
Well, obviously he's a young man, so you've got to assume that he'll naturally put on weight, but if he can stay at this weight for a while, then he could do very well.
Very well, yeah. You know, this that uppercut's got through there. I think it buzzed Maguire a little bit, but yeah, he's once he fills out at the welterweight, I think he'd be a big, strong welterweight. With his size, nobody should get near him.
Yeah, Maguire just giving himself some space to fill his lungs after that right hand that did look as though it buzzed him. Harrison still controlling the ring, looking comfortable, and then just catching Maguire with the right hand, but he was going backwards. Again, even that right hand caught the gloves, but it forced Maguire backwards. That's a sign of his strength at a young age, Will Harrison.
Start to break that guard down.
So another cuffing right hand from Harrison. More single shots in this third round, though. Second bout of the evening. Connolly Doherty in next against Simas Volosinas. Warm welcome to you wherever you're watching around the world on IFL TV. You're watching the debut of Will Harrison in the white trunks, white gloves against Gary Maguire.
Got caught with the jab himself there, Will. His hands were a little bit low. Caught in no man's land.
Seems to want to get shots away in the clinch as well, Harrison, doesn't
He
it?
is, yeah.
Any excuse to throw a punch.
That's it, and again, it's something we've discussed it, Jim. If you've got a free hand in the clinch and the referee's not told you to break, step back, use that free hand, chip away at that body.
Harrison uses the gloves to bounce one off and then wins the jab exchange. Late in round 3, body shot, then the uppercut again, then tries to get through that iron guard of Gary Maguire.
That'll be the better chance for Will, to start breaking him down, is more body shots. Bring them hands down, because he is keeping them really high, as you can see. Good defence from Maguire.
Well, Maguire protecting himself. He'll probably want to be out a few more times before Christmas.
He'll need that Christmas bonus in, won't he?
Hey, don't we all, don't we all? But another good round. Very impressed with the composure.
Yep, he's looking relaxed, composed, not too eager. A little bit eager at times, but it's it's expected on your debut.
So a few shots there in the clinch that managed to get through. And what's nice as well, there's been a few where, we saw that uppercut just getting through there. It's a lovely shot. But there've been a few occasions where he has missed, and when he's missed, he's not overcommitted. He's stayed balanced.
Yes, keeping his feet underneath him. not overcommitting, so he's off balance and gets caught with something coming back.
Seconds out for the fourth and final round.
Fourth and final round on debut for Will Harrison. Here at the banquet hall, Ellen Road. Somewhere where I'm sure we'll be seeing him a number of times over his career. Lovely jab.
Yeah. Slip jab.
That was more the power of the shot as much as anything.
Slightly off balance there, Maguire, I think.
And again, Harrison does well in the clinch. Just to get a right hand away. And those are the kind of shots that you don't see a lot of fighters, particularly early in their career, throwing. Impressed with his work rate, Will Harrison.
Good variety. I'd like to see him more to the body.
Maguire does well there, just to close the distance and stop Harrison using that jab, backing him into the corner.
Nice body shot.
Sounded heavy from here. Maguire just starting to throw a few shots of his own, but Harrison's defence high. Good, and nothing getting through. Doesn't want to spend too long on the ropes. Gary Maguire.
Looking comfortable, Maguire, with his hands up. I think he can start seeing what Will's coming back with now.
Final minute or so of the debut to go for Will Harrison, a debut where he's looked composed and comfortable here in Leeds. Into the final minute again, looks to get the right hand in behind the jab.
Uppercut slightly got through then. You could maybe do, we started putting an extra shot on the end there. He's throwing 1-1-2. Put another shot on the end of them combinations now.
Chasing Gary Maguire around the ring there for a second. Maguire just pouring out that left hand, and Harrison in the counter, and then a nice jab. Last 30 seconds. Maguire starting to look like he's been in a fight.
He has. Will's drew some blood from the nose now with Maguire.
Yeah, just starting to trickle from that right nostril, the reddening of the face. Final few seconds, there's the last bell. Will Harrison,
Good
4
debut.
rounds in the bank, a debut done. We'll go to the judges' scorecard.
Gary Maguire lives to box next week.
Yes. And do you know what? He made Harrison work hard for that, didn't he?
He did. He had that good tight guard. He didn't give him anything. Made him work for everything there.
Well, hands to the ceiling for Will Harrison, and I'd imagine he'll be getting his arm raised by the referee shortly. But what's the sort of review process now? You'll be back in the gym. How long will he have off? When do you expect to see him next? And what sort of conversations will you be having with him after that performance?
We'll talk about what he did good and what he can improve on. But overall, that were a good debut. He wasn't too eager. He was sharp. You could see he was listening. So it does. I think he gets married next month. But I know he will probably want to be in the gym next week. I think Sean will probably force him to maybe have a few days off. But Will want to be in the gym next week.
Well, let's go to Nico to make it official.
Our referee, John Latham, scores the contest 40-36. For your winner, in the red corner, Will Harrison.
Well, no surprise, 40-36, and Will Harrison gets his professional career off to the best possible start with a victory in front of a home crowd. Well, not quite a home crowd, but I'm sure Leeds will become his adopted boxing home. Are you sure he's old enough to get married? He barely looks old enough to come out of school.
He's old school, isn't he?
Well, maybe he'll be old school in a boxing sense as well, because he looks like he's got plenty of talent, plenty of skills, and very much looking forward to the next adventure for that young man. But for now, it is one fight, one win, and a very bright future for the man in the white trunks. Well, that's 2 bouts down. If you're just joining us, then you missed Ellis Hopkins win 60-53 over Claudia Vig, dropping her in the 3rd round with a body shot. That was Will Harrison on debut against Gary Maguire, 40-36. Unanimous points victory and a very polished performance for the young debutante. Next it is Conor Lee Doherty against Simas Volosinas. Then the return to the ring of Darren Tetley. And that only takes us to the halfway point. We are, of course, counting down to Jack Bateson versus Ramesh Mahmood for the English Super Bantamweight title. But now it is back to Nico to get Conor Lee Doherty versus Simas Volosinas into the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is a lightweight contest of 4 3-minute rounds, sponsored by the waist team of Leeds. Please welcome to the blue corner from Lithuania, Simas Volosinas.
Simas Volosinas, the 30-year-old Lithuanian, ticked over 100 professional bouts earlier in the year when he went 4 rounds with Liam Noon. Noon was on debut that night in Liverpool. Very different stages of their career. He's been in with a number of names that British fight fans will be familiar with, including Lee Woods, who of course fights Michael Conlan a little bit later on in the year. Kid Galahad has also been an opponent of this man.
Please welcome to the red corner from Leeds, Conor Lee Doherty.
Conor Lee Doherty, another home fighter, fighting in his home city. Just his 2nd professional contest. Straight back into the ring after a successful debut here in September. Took all 4 rounds against Taka Tembere. Turning over as a young professional as well. What a massive amateur pedigree, getting all of his experience in the paid ranks. And what a place to do it as well. Plenty of young Yorkshire talent on display this evening. And he is the latest of them, Conor Lee Doherty.
Sponsored by the waist team Leeds, a lightweight contest of 4 3-minute rounds. Introducing in the blue corner, wearing the black shorts, weighing 9 stone, 7 pound 8 ounces, from Lithuania, Simas Volosinas. And in the red corner, wearing the white shorts, weighing 9 stone, 4 pound and 2 ounces, from Leeds, Conor Lee Doherty. 4 3-minute rounds, your referee, Andy Brook.
Bout number 3 of the evening here in Leeds. Simas Volosinas against Conor Lee Doherty. 2 men with very different experience in the ring. Over 100 bouts for Volosinas. It's just the 2nd pro bout for Conor Lee Doherty. But Maxie Hughes, very, very different challenge. So Conor Lee Doherty comes in, wants to put on a show, dances to the middle of the ring. But again, Volosinas, 95 defeats. He's been stopped just 8 times. This is not an easy night's work for someone like Conor Lee Doherty.
Absolutely not. And like you say, the level of opposition he's being in with, he might fancy this tonight.
Well, Conor Lee Doherty straight away
Doherty coming out flying.
Yeah. But again, Velocinas, he'll be used to young whippersnappers trying to come and knock his head off, won't he?
Yeah, it's nothing he's not seen before.
But we were talking about it earlier. You've been in the pro game over a decade now. For these lads who are new in the game, looks like he's got sharp hands, does Doherty.
Yeah.
It's just important to learn some lessons in the ring. And these guys like Velocinas, who've been there, they've seen it, they've done it. They're almost like teachers, aren't they?
They are. They're great, you know. They've got the losing records, but it doesn't tell the story of how good they are and what they can bring to you in ring and what you can learn from them.
I like these combinations from Doherty.
Very fast hands.
And he made his debut in September, and he's straight back at it. And again, that's important as well, isn't it? Earlier in your career, getting used to staying in shape, staying on weight, being ready to fight.
That's right, you know. Stay in the gym, stay ready, keep learning. And I've always found myself, the more regular I box, the better I perform.
Nice body shot there from Doherty. Right hand round the side. Velocinas with those high hands just manages to glove that jab away.
It looks like he's protecting that body as well. He's keeping them elbows tucked in.
Just looking at Doherty's feet, for somebody who hasn't got much of an amateur pedigree, likes to get in and out, seems to have a good judge of the distance.
Good fast hands and fast feet. He's got a good sense of distance here. He's, I don't never know. He could have had 100 fights on street.
Just a little bit short with the right hand there, Doherty. 40 seconds, around one to go. This scheduled for 4 threes. In the lead right this time, and a couple of body shots.
He's really letting them go.
Final few seconds of round one. Doherty looking sharp. Velocinas not looking too bothered, and then gets him onto the ropes right at the end of the round. But yeah, just to reiterate what we were saying there, fast hands, fast feet, looks an entertaining fighter.
And quite good composure for limited amateur experience and one professional fight. He's looking pretty good.
But the interesting thing is with the young fighters like this, very frenetic start, fast hands, fast feet. What's the fuel tank like? Because it's very difficult to do that over 4 rounds. It's even harder to do it over 6, 8. And ultimately, everyone who's a 1, 2, 3 fight pro is thinking about 10 and 12 round fights because everybody wants to be a champion. That's ultimately going to be the test for him.
That's the goal, yeah, and it's how his style can adapt over them longer rounds, and time will tell.
Again, we're seeing the combinations 2, 3, 4. Not seeing many single shots from him. It's all action and finishes.
Good body work.
Shot, yeah.
Good body work. You can see Vassos is starting to redden up around that body.
Oh, Velocinas just dives in there, gets a bit close. And just gets away a jab of his own there, Velocinas. More shots off the gloves. But again, work rate and the body shot again.
He's really forcing Bateson to tuck up when he comes in with them combinations.
Well, his nickname, Conor Lee Doherty, is Relentless, and having watched a round and a half, I can see why.
Yes, absolutely.
Nice jab exchange there. And a 1, 2, 3 again. Like that, just touches him with a jab before
That's
going
it.
downstairs.
Good variation, showing some good experience here for someone on paper who's not got any. It could be one of these who's been in the gym all his life and just not got the bouts under his belt.
Oh, another body
lovely.
shot there, really nice.
It sounds like that, which makes me wonder why I even get in ring and do it myself.
Oh, Velocinas trying to get a right hand away himself there, and then just drops the hands so he can fill the lungs. He's being made to work for his money this evening, Simas Velocinas. Not getting an easy time of it from Conor Lee Doherty.
He needs to start working around the side of them elbows. As you see, when Doherty comes in, Vasinos is covering up well, so he's got to prise him open and get under them elbows. Touch upstairs, then bang downstairs.
Yeah, great work rate again in round 2 from Conor Lee Doherty.
Vasinos coming back there, giving him something to think about.
And then just got caught with a body shot there for Velocinas. Just using his experience and his strength there to wrestle Conor Lee Doherty onto the ropes. And round 2.
Another round for Doherty there.
So let's take it back to you then, Maxi. Have you got a time scale? Are you going to have Christmas off, then attack 2022? How are you looking?
It looks like a plate of vegetables for my Christmas dinner this year. I've been told January, February, so...
Oh, come on. Come on, even with world champions privileges, they're still not letting you have a turkey dinner.
There'll be some calorie-free gravy on there, I think.
Oh, gravy zero. Exciting times, though.
It is, you know, now signed with Matchroom, so only good things can come with that, can't they? So excited for that phone call to tell me when and where and who.
Well, look, I'm in a friendly mood tonight. I'm not feeling all journalistic, so I'm not going to turn the screw and ask you when, where and who, but I will wish you the very, very best of luck, and I will keep my eyes peeled, because it is a very exciting time in your career, isn't it?
Very, yes.
Very exciting time in the career of this young man as well. Conor Lee Doherty right at the beginning. The possibilities are endless, but first things first, he needs to continue this level against Simas Velocinas and get this victory to move to 2-0. Interesting in the third round. Just looking like it might start to tear up a little bit. Velocinas just throwing back. And that's the old journeyman's trick, isn't it? Test their engine a little bit.
See what's coming at them, and then work it out and reply back.
He does look quite awkward, doesn't he, Velocinas, with those strange and quite exaggerated glove movements and shoulders. And
yeah, really giving Doherty something to think about, and that were a good jab landed there by him.
Yeah, really good shot.
He does have a decent defence as well.
Well, now we're seeing that jab of Velocinas. It actually looks quite sharp, doesn't it?
It does. I don't know why he's not throwing it more often.
Lead right from Doherty this time. Off the gloves.
The more Vasinov lets a jab go, it keeps Doherty off him. A bit low there from Doherty.
It's a shame it was low, because it was a lovely bit of footwork to get in the position to throw the shot. Just a bit of a welt forming on the left eye of Velocinas. Again, he'll want to protect that. Does have a stoppage on his record, Velocinas. So if Doherty does leave the chin open, just can't take anything for granted.
Nothing. The moment you switch off is where they'll take their advantage.
Again, Velocinas first to the jab that time. A sharp shot from the Lithuanian, then a wild lead left hook. Doherty sees that coming a mile off.
Should try some catch counters from Vasinov. That would really get the attention of Doherty.
Yeah, we had 4 shots there, but the gloves are so high from Velocinas, they're not getting through. Oh, nice shot there. A little nod of approval from Simas Velocinas as well. Nearly toppled over when he threw that left hand there, Velocinas. A touch of gloves at the end of the round, mark of respect between the two men. And a better round from Velocinas, but Doherty doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
He doesn't at all. He's growing in confidence, and Vasinov needs to just let more jabs go. The more he starts jabbing, he'll keep Doherty off him.
Fourth and final round coming up between Velocinas and Doherty. Next up, it'll be the return of Darren Tetley as he faces Evgeny Varley. Then Mace Rueg against Restim Fadkulen, the Russian, who's joining us this evening. Then another debut, Kobe McNamara against Jake Pollard, Harry Fryer against Delmar Thomas. Then our main event, Jack Bateson against Ramez Mahmoud with the English super bantamweight title. Sellout crowd here, fantastic evening of domestic boxing, but now it's time for the fourth and final round. Velocinas versus Doherty. And a minute to recharge the batteries. Doherty straight back on it. I like that 1, 2, 3 and then the step around.
Yeah, lovely footwork.
Oh,
Good
big right hand. Perhaps the cleanest shot that Doherty's landed in this bout.
Good body work. Trying the body again.
Yeah, I like that double left hook as well. Certainly got a repertoire.
He has, he's got a good variety of shots.
And Doherty looking to work that double left hand and then just rolls the body underneath. Under 2 minutes to go. Velocinas certainly doesn't look like he's going anywhere. That swelling under his eye. That'll annoy him. He just catches Velocinas on the chin. Another one that perhaps maybe on the belt line, maybe a little bit below. That's something that Doherty wants to be careful of. Not a habit you want to get into.
He's got away with it here a little bit, I think. Going forward, yeah, he wants to just pull him up a little bit more. Good body shot there. He's showing no signs of slowing down, so we know his engine's good over 4.
Well, moving forward against opponents who are perhaps going to throw a few more shots in longer bouts, then that does bode well, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Certainly the kind of fighter that could be in some really entertaining fights. And that's what nights like this are all about, isn't it? We've already seen your stablemate Will Harrison, we've seen Conor Lee Doherty here, then all of a sudden you're thinking, oh crikey, there's some good young talent coming through from this part of the world.
That's it, yeah, the conveyor belt continues, doesn't it?
Certainly does. Final 20-something seconds then of this one. Conor Lee Doherty looking to move to 2-0 as a professional. Again, trying to throw heavy, big shots and then a good bit of head movement to avoid the hook. Both men hear the final bell. We go to the judges' scorecards. I can't see anything other than a Conor Lee Doherty victory. Maxi, what did you think of those 4 rounds?
You are very impressed with Doherty there. the limited amateur experience, so one professional, good feet, fast hands, variety, and the footwork where he's stepping across, he's setting stuff up, he's touching upstairs and coming downstairs and finishing with body shots downstairs. So a good variety, and it'll be exciting to see what he does next and moving forward.
Well, we'll get the results shortly, but before we do then Maxi, so we can look out for you January, February next year. New management, exciting times. Let's get the results and then we'll say cheerio to you. Come on, Connolly Doherty coming into the ring to join Volosinas. Let's get the score.
Our referee Andy Brooks scores the contest 40-36 for the winner, and still undefeated, Connolly Doherty.
Connolly Doherty moves to 2-0, a very well-deserved win and a very exciting future for that young man.
Very exciting. Nice to see him get the win, and let's see how he progresses.
So very quickly back to you before I let you enjoy the rest of your night. It's a shame we haven't got you on camera because you look fantastic in the suit. But yeah, you're looking good, you're feeling good, and everything's well in the world of Maxi Hughes.
That's it. We've just got a new baby, a 4-week-old baby now at home, as well as my 3-year-old. So life's good. I think I'll go home and put lottery on, I think, for this weekend. Absolute
pleasure, Maxi. Thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of the evening, and good luck for whenever the next bout is. Well, we'll keep our eye out for Maxi, knowing full well that Leeds boxing is in rude health. That is victories this evening for Ellis Hopkins, Will Harrison and Connolly Doherty. Next up, it is the return of Darren Tetley as he faces Evgeny Vazem. That'll be in the ring shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest is a super welterweight contest, 6 3-minute rounds. Please welcome to the blue corner, from Russia, Evgeny Vazem.
Evgeny Vazem getting the party started here in Leeds. What an entry tune. 25 professional bouts, 115 rounds for the 33-year-old. He's been travelling to fight since 2019. The career's taken him to Latvia, Germany, Kazakhstan, Dubai, and now the UK. The only time he's been stopped in the road is when Ray Sitsanov beat him in Almaty, put it on him early in the first round. Since then, he's gone the distance and he's made opponents work for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome into the red corner, from Bradford, Darren Tetley.
Well, as soon as his name's mentioned, that's a lovely reception for Darren Tetley. Rebuilding after back-to-back defeats in 2021, raced to the perfect start as a professional, 20 undefeated fights, and entered that year full of optimism, looking to progress to title opportunities. Showed his mettle against Liam Taylor, rising off the canvas in the second and third rounds to hear the final bell, but ultimately those knockdowns were the difference on the scorecards. Then the shot at the English welterweight title, stopped by Samuel Antwi, who was enormous at the weight. Too big, too powerful. So the rebuild begins here tonight in front of a home Yorkshire crowd. Sport here before, a couple of points wins early in his career, and then a few stoppage wins later on. He's also boxed in a big room next door as well. Hugely popular around here, and tonight a great opportunity to get things back on track.
Ladies and gentlemen, a super welterweight contest of 6 3-minute rounds. Introducing in the blue corner, wearing the silver and black shorts, weighing in at 10 stone and 10 pound with a record of 25 contests, 16 losses, 9 wins, 4 by way of knockout, from Russia, Yevgeny Bateson. And in the red corner, wearing the white and orange shorts, weighing in 10 stone, 10 pounds, 8 ounces, a record of 22 bouts, 2 losses, 20 wins, 9 by way of knockout, from Bradford, the former WBO European welterweight champion, Darren Tetley. Male referee, Andy Brook.
Well, the tail of the tape then, 28 years old, Darren Tetley. Both men same height, same weight. And Darren Tetley has been stuck on those 20 wins for longer than he'd have liked. But Barry Jones, an opportunity tonight to get back on track against a tough opponent, but an opponent he should beat over the 6 rounds.
Yeah, he should. You know, he's a talented kid. He's boxed 2 really good kids. Antwi was massive. You know, obviously, we've seen where Taylor went to. He boxed for the European title recently. So, you know, he's boxed at a good level. Mason Cartwright was a fantastic win for him as well. So, you know, he's a good operator. Lovely slick southpaw. Plenty of skill. Just needs a little bit of confidence now. If he gets to win tonight, it's a nice little confidence boost to move back forward into title contention.
So Tetley in the white trunks, orange trim, white boots, boxing in that southpaw stance. Vazem, silver trunks, black trim and the black boots, boxing in the orthodox stance. From a southpaw's perspective then, Barry, what are the... People always talk about the advantages they have. If you are a southpaw, what are the kinds of things you want to do early in a fight just to make sure you can take advantage of those natural tools? Well,
it's usually all about the front foot placement. You get that foot on the outside, so you get your lead hand over the lead hand of your opponent naturally, and then when they go to throw their, obviously the orthodox fighter throw their right hand, they've just got to square their shoulders quicker than you have to, so you can throw your left hand, which is your backhand then, and it gives you that sort of territorial advantage in the centre of the ring. And it's easy for them because they box more orthodox fighters because there's more of them. That's the only reason that is. It's a good jab there from Tetley, and that's what he needs. A foot on the outside, just dictate everything behind that jab. Be a bit patient, and just frustrate the opponent with that jab. Force him to make a punch when he's not really ready to.
Halfway through round 1, Tetley dominating the middle of the ring, just trying to get the left hand away there to Vazem.
See, he does a lot of good things, Tetley, doesn't he? He's got a lot of good attributes, nice fast hands, the feet coming out of distance really quickly. There's lots of stuff you can work with.
Good jab there from Tetley as well, and again.
Nice fast jab.
And then the left hand, couple of body shots on the end of them as well.
Again, see there, just Vazem had to turn to throw that backhand, that right hand, and that was just enough time for Tetley because he got that foot on the outside to throw that left hand through the middle.
Just touching Vazem with a couple of uppercuts before that left hand to the body. And 20 seconds of the first round to go, 6 scheduled here. Oh, another good jab here from Tetley, gets a nod of approval from Vazem. Not sure he's expecting that. Steady enough opening round between the two of them. Tetley will probably feel as though he had the better of it.
But yeah, he clearly had, but he dictated everything. He came out solid straight away. He's got that foot on the outside, dictated everything around that nice long southpaw jab. Yeah, he put his punch together nicely. Didn't overreach, didn't rush any of his work, and had a good look at Vazem, see what he's all about. I think now you can see Tetley hopefully now in the next round and a half goes to the gears.
There's still 5 to go here. Plenty of time for us to set his stall out. There's Evgeny Vazem. Heaving the chest. Trying to get those lungs as full as they can be.
10 seconds.
Massive smile on the face there of Darren Tetley. Seems to be enjoying it out there.
Seconds out. Round 2.
He'll be pleased to be back as well, and I think he'll be determined to succeed, perhaps more determined to succeed now than ever before.
Well, yeah, because it's not. I don't think it's the case, but it'll be said that once you've stepped up, the Mason Cartwright fight, of course, he overcome. But once you've stepped up, you've been beaten, and that'll be, so he needs. You feel that you got a point to prove now that he can get over that line, if you will. And he has the ability to. There's the factors that come into play, of course. But fights like this are not going to tell you anything more about Darren Tetley. But what they're going to do is just get him back in the winning ways, feel a bit confident and comfortable about himself, and then you can look for harder tests. That's good work there from Tetley. He took a step across to the side there before he threw that left hand. Just a little change of the angle, just making it hard for Vazem to sort of see what was coming his way. Good work as well there from Tetley. Nice and tight little roll. Making Vazem miss.
And Vazem just throwing the jab to remind Tetley that he is in a fight.
But he needs to do more than that, doesn't he, Vazem, to make an impression. He's got to have thrown his punches in combinations. A little bit like that, that's better from him. That's good from Tetley there, just cutting the ring off. Not allowing any escape routes, but still keeping the pressure on Vazem.
Yeah, a couple of body shots as well, the left and the right. And then just stepping back out of range as Vazem tries to land the lead hook, and then poking a couple of lovely little uppercuts through, going for the third and the fourth, and then adding the right hand to it as well, Darren Tetley. And then back comes Vazem with a couple of body shots of his own.
That was good from Tetley, that had been close, because he was just using the shoulder, not enough to get told up by the referee, but enough to just produce enough space to rip up those uppercuts through the middle. A good head movement there as well from Tetley. They're only subtle movements, but just enough to make Vazem miss.
Oh, another uppercut again. Oh, and right on the bell. That uppercut in close. Right on the whiskers of Evgeny Vazem, and Darren Tetley, 2 rounds in, looking comfortable and a little bit more flair in that second round.
Yeah, well, he just upped the pace a little bit, turned the screw a little bit more. I think he was happy to stay a little bit closer to the target. Use the shoulders and the forearms to block shots and fire back off that. And I think that was good work from him. But again, you see in the clips here, just good rolling with the shoulders, making Vazem miss, but not getting out of distance enough that he can't fire back and make him pay for those mistakes. And always keeping that foot on the outside, so when he took that bigger step to the right, he was so far over to the blind side of Vazem that Vazem couldn't fire back, and that gave Tetley a clear target with either hand. But up close at the end of that round there, just a little bump of the shoulder to create the space to throw that uppercut through the middle. Good solid work there from Darren Tetley.
Third round, Tetley versus Vazem here at the Banqueting Suite, Ellen Road. Two good rounds in the bank for Tetley. And finding the range on that jab. controlling the ring, controlling the distance. Maybe a little bit low that time. Apology there from Tetley as he hands a left hand to the unmentionables, and then Bateson comes back. A bit more venom in those two shots. Oh, good shot there from Bateson.
It was a good shot. First time Tetley switched off, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Good body shot then, the uppercut from Tetley. It's almost like that shot from Bateson woke him up.
Come to life there, didn't he? A good body shot, all of a sudden there's a 3-4 punch combination straight after. Fast, snappy and accurate.
Yeah, it was weird when Tetley took that shot. It's like he dropped his gloves and just watched it straight onto his beak.
Needs to get the jab, more active with the jab now, Tetley. Just allowing Bateson just a little bit more confidence. Still in control, of course.
So a couple of good shots there from Tetley, and Bateson just clear his nose. Bateson shipping a few more shots, isn't he? Nice clean jabs from Tetley when they come through.
He's got to fire off that roll, hasn't he, Tetley? He rolls nice and close, makes Bateson miss. You just need to fire back off it. He's in full control.
30 seconds of round 3 to go of the 6 scheduled.
Shots. That's nice work there for Tetley, the little left uppercut, then took the step with the right foot, with the front foot, just to get the angle for that body shot.
Trying to get that left hand working in the clinch, Darren Tetley. Couldn't get the uppercut away this time, but did land a hook in close. Takes his time taking his seat. 3 rounds in. I think he'll be pretty happy with his return to the ring.
Yeah, I think he will be. You know, and he's growing in confidence, and you can see that. He's happy to hold his feet a bit now because he's not worried what's coming back, and he's also in full control, doing what he wants to do when he wants to do. And if he gets caught with a shot, he just ups the pace, doesn't he? Ups the pace, and lands with a 3-punch combination and gets back to full control.
There's some of the best bits of round 3 coming up. Tetley there, just touching with the uppercut, then lands the body shot.
10 seconds, corners.
Credit to Bateson because he's taken plenty of punishment in the opening 3 rounds.
He has, but it hasn't really sustained. He's had success here, Tetley. He's landed some good, decent, hard shots, but he hasn't kept the pace, and he hasn't put him right down on the throttle and forced him to any sort of referee to have a real serious look. Not that he needs to do that. I think boxing safe's always the right thing to do. You don't want to take any silly risk, get cut by or caught by a guy of this level.
Good defence then from Bateson as Tetley tries to put the left hand on the end of the combination. Just finds forearms and gloves.
That's better for Bateson, a little bit of head movement.
Tetley this time with the high hands, and then the movement as Bateson throws a right hand to thin air. And that left uppercut not a million miles off for Tetley. Quicker hands this time, 3-shot combo.
Sneaky right hand there from Bateson there, just to keep Tetley honest. There's no weight behind the shots, that's the worry for him. No power there to push Tetley back or really earn his respect.
halfway through round 4. Not a huge amount has changed in this 4th round. Pace is similar. Tetley's in charge.
Yeah, Tetley, he's just looking for that right opening, Tetley, I think, before he explodes into life, but I think he has to force it. He's in close there now, he's now shoulders trying to create some space.
Yeah, he's still managing to use the shoulder even when he's got his right arm locked up.
Nice uppercut, the right hook there from Tetley, it's good work.
Yeah, it is a nice move that, isn't it? The right shoulder, the left uppercut for Tetley. Bit of swelling around the eyes of Evgeny Vazem.
Nice little move there from Tetley. Didn't quite come off 100%, but it was a jab and a little dip of the shoulder and then come back with a lead uppercut.
Body shot from Vazem as well. In the left-hand round. 4 rounds done, 2 to go. So far, so good for Darren Tetley. Mace Rueg in next against Rustem Fatkulen. Then the debut of Kobe McNamara against Jake Pollard. He is going to have a great reception here. He sold a lot of tickets. Then Harry Fryer, Delmar Thomas. Then the main event of the evening. The English Super Bantamweight title is up for grabs as Jack Bateson will box former Southern Area champion Ramez Mahmoud. The mathematician, the mathematician. How's your maths, Barry?
Seconds out.
Not the best, mate. I was trying to add it up, but I couldn't figure it out.
Well, when we were commentating together last week, I said that the end of round 3 was halfway through an 8-round fight, so the less said about that, the better. This is round 5 of 6, though, and Darren Tetley straight back into the middle of the ring, straight back onto the jab against Evgeny Vazem. Oh, left body shot there. Drew gasps from the crowd.
And a little nod of appreciation there from Vazem as well, just to say, I felt that one, mate.
Just watching the lead foot after that's something he mentioned in the first round, and Vazem is literally having to try and step up and over the lead foot of Tetley.
But Tetley's right foot slides out naturally, then it just slides out to the right every time he moves. Good shot, lovely work there from Tetley. The jab was good, but what you do after the punch is sometimes just as important, and just a little slide out of distance, just to make Vazem fall really short with his shots.
And catches Vazem again on the way out. And lead uppercut this time. Nice shot from Tetley. Uppercut getting through again for Tetley. Then Vazem, nice counter right. Final minute of round 5.
Good concentration here from Tetley, because Vazem's trying to get on his toes a little bit, just trying to get a little bit of bounce to his step, just trying to change the angles, but Tetley's just staying totally focused. Not worrying about the change in tempo here from Vazem, and just still concentrating on his work. Oh, the exchange right hands there. Vazem's was a better shot, wasn't it? You felt, and again.
End of round 5.
Well,
Decent round there.
It was a more competitive round, wasn't it? That's for sure. I think Vazem sort of tried to work a little bit harder, tried to be a little bit more mobile as well when he wasn't working. It was still technically wrong, and a clear technically wrong, but I think at the end of that round there, Vazem had landed with a couple of decent shots, and at last made a little bit of a fight of it.
Still 1 round to go. Ice on the neck of Evgeny Vazem. He's been on the end of some good work by Darren Tetley. We're seeing some of the best bits from round 5 here. Again, that uppercut, lovely shot.
Yeah, so there's been a few shots I've worked for him. I think it's been mainly the left hand. The jab's been good for Tetley, and also that straight left hand and that uppercut with either hand. The lead uppercut, and obviously the uppercut from the left hand when he takes a step on the outside. It's been what's caused the most problems here for Vazem.
6th and final round, Tetley versus Vazem here from the banqueting suite, Ellen Road. Bout number 4 of the evening. Still 4 to come after this as we count down to the English Super Bantamweight bout. Is there a change of pace? Is there a sting in the tail in the final 3 minutes here? Darren Tetley looking to get back to winning ways after back-to-back defeats this year. It's been so far so good for the man from Bradford.
Well, it was never a fight that you felt he was in any danger of losing. You know, there's always a worry that anyone can knock you out or even perform on the night. But there was always no form. Always said he was going to win, but it was how he performed. You know, did he just go there and try and blast his guy out then, being an untidy, scrappy fight? No, he hasn't done that. He's kept his shape. You know, work behind the jab. You know, used the skills that we know he has, and I think he's done some good work tonight.
He's landed 2 clean shots there on Vazem. He dropped his gloves for a second as if to say come on again, but that could be a gamble. Tetley gets the wind in his sails. Still 2 minutes to go here. Oh, body shot. Digs in that left hand as Tetley.
They're the better shots there. A straight 1-2 there from Tetley. A little bit more intent in his work, isn't there, in this last round? He just needs to disguise that more. He sort of feints and takes a step to the right, turns the body because he wants to throw an uppercut from a better angle, but sometimes he doesn't sell it as well as he should.
Into the final minute then. Again, Tetley dominating the middle of the ring. Nice jab. Oh, good shot from Vazem. Lovely straight right hand.
And a good response there back from Tetley with that. Again, the uppercut.
And again from Vazem. Certainly looks full of energy at the end of 6 rounds. And then Tetley, nice short uppercut.
Through that moving backwards as well there, Tetley. That's a good move. That's a class little move there from him. Oh, good left hand.
Oh,
Turned
right.
southpaw for a second there. Vazem was landing with a good left hand and a right to finish the round.
Well, fantastic way to end the fight, Vazem. Just showing everybody here in Leeds that he's certainly got a bit about him. But Darren Tetley, all smiles. We're going to go to the judges' scorecard. 6 rounds. And Darren Tetley certainly feel as though he has done enough to get back to winning ways. And as you said, Barry Jones, not necessarily the kind of bout he'd have expected to lose, but 6 good rounds, 6 rounds where he had to work pretty hard. And that'll be a good confidence booster.
Yeah, he didn't have to work too. I mean, it was a decent pace, but the fact that he was dictating the pace, it was his pace, so he said it was relatively comfortable. He had to work hard. When he chose to work hard, when he held his feet, and that's when he had to sort of like make a bit more effort. But that was from his choosing. That was an important part of that. It's a fight he dominated, showed some good skills. I think he boxed well.
Well, both men are on their way to the middle. Let's go to Nico for the official result.
Our referee, Andy Brooks, scores the contest 60-56 for your winner. In the red corner, Darren Tetley.
Well, no surprise, all 6 rounds go to Darren Tetley. Dictated the pace, and he moves to 21 professional victories and those 2 defeats. But most importantly, back to winning ways. That feeling of getting your arm raised will never grow tiresome for a professional fighter. He's already scaled the heights, he's already been a champion, and he'll certainly be looking to get another belt around his waist in the not too distant future, I'm sure. So keep your eyes peeled for 2022 and the next steps for the career of Darren Tetley.
Ladies and gentlemen, raffle. Your winner on the raffle is a yellow ticket, 300. Yellow ticket, 300.
They're announcing the raffle, Barry. We've got our tickets. Lucky number 300.
Oh, see Karen at reception.
See Karen at reception, Barry. She'll sort you out. Maxie Hughes said he was going to enter the lottery. I hope he didn't enter the raffle, because he'd have probably won that as well.
I repeat, see Karen at reception.
Still plenty of action to come here this evening. Mace Rueg is in next against Rustim Fatkulen. Then Bateson, Kobe McNamara against Jake Pollard. Harry Fryer, Delmar Thomas. And Jack Bateson versus Ramesh Mahmood for the English Super Bantamweight title. This is a Bateson promotion in association with MTK Global. Mark Bateson has got Pride and Glory coming up as well. Jack Bagnall on pro debut. Also Josh Wisher making his debut, as is Lenny Davidson. Nick Learmonth and Billy Pickles, both 10-0. And guest of honour, Frank Bruno. Their guest of honour this evening, of course, Barry Jones. But I'm keeping him busy.
Well, I was until you like elbowed me out the way and got that. What's that other fellow you had? Mark Hughes, the Welsh football player.
Oh, what's what we got?
Maxie Hughes, the IBO lightweight champion of the world.
Best volleyer of a football I've ever seen with my eyes, Mark Hughes. But I'm sure Maxie Hughes could rip the back of the net out with one as well. Great to have Maxie with us here this evening.
Josh Warrington, Josh Warrington was here talking to us, not to you, of course. Talking to me and Maxie earlier.
I was busy just letting you world champions do your thing, you know.
You know, it's like it's a club, it's an exclusive club.
It certainly is.
There's only about 50,000 of us now.
But 3 here this evening. But the bouts that Maxie jumped in on, we saw 2 great prospects. We saw Will Harrison on debut. He got a victory.
He looked well, looked good, didn't he?
Yeah, and then Conor Lee Doherty as well, looked very sharp.
Well, we were talking like, because he looked facially a little bit like Tony Doherty from Wales, who was a really super talented amateur and a really good pro, and just sort of, I don't know what happened, he just faded away from the game, which happens with so many, for some reason, prospects, especially in Wales, ironically. But yeah, and he didn't box exactly like him, but you could see the similarities in facially. I wonder whether they are related somewhere down the line.
I will dig deep into my book of stats, or I'll just meet him and ask him.
Yeah, but he looked good. He threw punches. He was sharp with his punches. The power's yet to come, but he was throwing the punches, moving around the target that he was throwing. It's just very difficult to do. And I thought they both looked very good. Both looked very, very good.
6 3-minute rounds. Please welcome to the blue corner from Russia, Rustem Fatkulen.
Rustem Fatkulen wasting no time in getting back into the ring after a very competitive 6 rounds against James McGiven at Ulster Hall last Friday. It's his 4th bout in Britain. Appears to be making a home here. Technically very good. Difficult to catch clean. Although Mace Rayok will definitely try. Started his pro career with 8 straight wins, all in Russia. Has power if he chooses to use it. Got plenty of people early, but since then he's chosen the path of the corner warrior. 16 rounds in the bank in the last 3 weeks, and he'll be a brave person to bet beyond another 4 this evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the red corner from Bournemouth, Mace Ruay.
Well, Mace is 21 years of age, lightweight prospect from Bournemouth. He's a 5-fight pro, but 3 of them have been abroad. After winning his debut in Bournemouth, he's boxed and won 3 times in Spain, and even squeezed a 4-round points win over the line in Bolton. He has got all the moves, to say the least. He's a switch hitter, he's orthodox, he's unorthodox, he's southpaw, likes to drop his hands when he gets comfortable and settles into a fight. Yet to get a stoppage in his pro career, but looks as though he's got plenty of power. Very exciting young man, appearing for the first time in Yorkshire this evening, making the journey up from the south coast, Bournemouth. Got a great skill set. Very much looking forward to seeing how he gets on here in Leeds tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, a welterweight contest of 6 3-minute rounds. Introducing in the blue corner, wearing the black and white shorts, weighing in at 10 stone and 4 ounces. A record of 20 contests, 12 losses, 8 wins, 3 by way of knockout. From Russia, Rustem Fakhelin. And in the red corner, wearing the green shorts, weighing 9 stone and 13 pounds, 8 ounces, a record of 5 straight wins, undefeated, from Bournemouth, Mace Ruay. 6 3-minute rounds, your referee, John Latham.
Seconds out.
21 years of age against 28 years of age. Very, very different experience. Mace Ruay, young, undefeated. A real box of tricks, but Rustem Fakhelin, difficult man to break down.
Yeah, I think Fakhelin might cause him a few problems here, Ruay.
You already see how relaxed he is, that low left hand, and again we talked about him being a switch hitter. Is he orthodox? Is he southpaw? Spends about 50% of the time in both stances. And then just that little flip of the feet, and he's back left hand forward again. Nice body shot there.
His movements are so fast, aren't they? And sharp, Ruay. Even when he's not punching, there's always movement on with the body, the feet. And I think that's why, he hasn't got any stoppages, because he's always moving those feet, so they're never sort of planted to the floor. So when he's punching, even though he switches, he looks like he's producing power by bending the feet and pushing through. He's moving the feet to do something else. Sometimes you just got to slow down just a fraction.
We're coming up to the halfway point of round 1. Not a huge amount of action yet. I think for somebody like Mace Ruay, when he's got an opponent like Fakhelin, who, as we said, he's been out 4 times already since being in the UK, and a nice little left hand there, Fakhelin. He's not going to initiate the action, is he? So if you're looking to counter, like Mace is, at some point he's going to have to engage.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, but he's trying to do the feints, force the feints, and yeah, but he's going to have to sort of either touch him or tap upstairs or commit with a heavy shot before Coolin comes back with something of his own. And the important thing about that is just after you do that, you've got to take the exit route has to be a different route back. You can't go back in straight lines. You've got to take a different angle out. And I would stay close to the body and look for a return that way. Punch, exit close to the body, then come back again. The coach found the range yet here, Rueg.
He does, again, as he switches to that southpaw stance. It's the kind of fighter you just can't take your eyes off because you don't know if something ludicrous or brilliant is about to happen. Round one done. Plenty of movement, plenty of shuffling, plenty of agitation, but not a huge amount of action. But Rueg looks pretty comfortable, as does Fakhulin.
Yeah, Fakhulin, nothing came back enough to worry Fakhulin, but there's pressure there with the feet from Rueg, and he's trying to force the pace, he's trying to force the openings, and as long as he can maintain that, and then he'll be fine and comfortable. It's Fakhulin's job to change the tempo of Rueg, try and force him to fight the pace, whether you slow him down or make him work even harder that he's uncomfortable with.
Seconds out. Round two.
Then they come to the second round. Rueg in the green trunks, red gloves. Fakhulin, black trunks, white gloves. This one's scheduled for 6 rounds, so a little bit more time for Mace Rueg. Fakhulin just catching Rueg as he's moving away with the left hand, just keeping the action moving along. Any support here for Mace Rueg this evening? Plenty of shouting from the crowd. Good atmosphere actually, as he just lands with the right hand there.
I was going to say, he's landing with the right hand. I prefer him as an orthodox fighter. I know you didn't think naturally if you can fight both stances, Southpaw would be better. Well, good shot with right hand. I think he gets better angles on the shots and more success from this stance.
Fakhulin throws a few in response, but they'll just bounce off the gloves. Right hand off the gloves there, and then Rueg moves. Good quick hands there from Mace Rueg. It's interesting, isn't it? There's a lot of sort of kinetic movements, hands and feet, and switch to stance, but in terms of his head and his eyes, it's all very focused from Rueg.
Yeah, no, it's good. It takes a lot of energy to box the way he boxes, but it means that he can be nice and sharp and he can pounce on you if you make a mistake. But he has to learn to try and force those mistakes a little bit easier, that's all. That's good work though there. You have to jump in with the right foot. But dipped the legs in and came back with a decent combination there, Rueg.
Yeah, that nice left hand up as well. And comes back with the counter, as we suggested in the first round.
Shot.
Got a little wink from Fakhulin there, didn't he?
Yeah, well, that's when you know he's caught him. That's good from Rueg as well there. Punches in bunches.
Body shot there from Fakhulin. We talked about it requiring a lot of energy to box the way Rueg does. So hands the right hand again then. It also saps a lot of energy from your opponent because you've got to be so mentally alert.
Yeah, of course, yeah. The thing, using your brain, when you're not used to engaging your brain, no, seriously, you wouldn't understand. But it's, but it's a real draining process, it really is. You should try it sometime. But I think there's another good round there for Rueg, all joking aside. I think he warmed into it a little bit more, and had a bit more success with the shots, and made Fakhoulin feel the pressure a little bit more than he did in the first round. So that's good. He's working into it, getting better than the previous round. Let's hope he builds on it for the round 3.
Yeah, after a data gathering process in round number 1, in round 2, you see Rueg again dominating the ring position. Nice bit of movement there to make the left hand of Fakhoulin miss, and then on the counter, got the uppercut through.
Well, that's important. Every time Fakhoulin throws a punch, he has to be there, ready to pounce back, and that's what he's trying to do with the feet. He's trying to force him to make a mistake, force him to let his hands go when he's not ready, and pounce. He has to be, and that's why that nice wide stance, the fast switch fibres, means he's always prepared, ready to go.
Round 3. Away we go. Rueg starts it, leading with the left hand. Those small movements, Rueg looking for an opening, and then leads with the right hand, and nice bit of movement to make Fakhoulin miss again.
It's a nice bit of movement. Actually, he did everything wrong there. He squared his feet up, put the right foot forward, but somehow, because he got real good reflexes, made him miss.
Well, switches southpaw once again. And then straight back to ortho. He does look more comfortable engaging when he's left hand forward, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think that means he's right-handed naturally. I feel. I always think that way, you know. But he can do both. You know, he's pretty good as a southpaw. He's comfortable defensively, which is unusual. But yeah, I think he has more success in this stance for sure.
Oh, nice from Fakhoulin.
Lovely run, a little feint and a jab. Good work.
And then left over the top from Rueg.
Again, Rueg, you know, he's very unorthodox, doing things that you wouldn't get away with. You tell people not to do, squaring the feet up, but he gets away with it. Just constant shifting of the hands there from Fakhoulin, just not allowing Rueg to really set himself to let his, to try and force the pace. He wants to let his hands go. He's in the right position. He puts himself where he wants to be. He doesn't want to walk into any shots, and a constant movement of the hands there is just a little bit off-putting for him at the minute.
I think you've got to credit Fakhoulin there, though, haven't you? Because he's worked out that Rueg wants to be a counter-puncher, so don't make it obvious when you're going to throw. And
yeah, well, then he makes himself the counter-puncher then by doing that, by forcing them. He's each one trying to force the other one to throw when they're not ready to throw, which doesn't make the shot as crisp and as accurate as it normally would be.
And then a stalemate at the end of the round as they stare each other down. 3 rounds of the 6 scheduled gone. And Mace Rueg doing enough to keep us intrigued, but Rustem Fakhoulin doing enough to just keep him quieter than I think the neutrals would like.
Yes, I think so. You know, yeah, he's not allowing him to, you know, to unload and maybe to his foot on the gas. But then, you know, that's part of the game, and he has to solve that because of Rueg. Now he's fully in control. But I think, you know, again, we'd like to see a little bit more from him if he can produce it. But also, importantly, in fights like this, it's a learning fight, so you have to be, not safety first, because it's boxing, but I mean, not take any silly risks and walk into any silly punches, because it's boxing.
Second down. Round 4.
Round 4, plenty of respect between these two as they engage in the middle of the ring. Rueg trying to create those angles, those unorthodox shots, and Fakhoulin just with the high gloves, making life difficult for him. Quick hands there from Rueg, but the counter left from Fakhoulin. Good shot from Fakhoulin. Rueg was going backwards though, took a lot of the sting out of it. Just left those hands low and out one, and then responded with the right hand of his own.
Yeah, good shot that one there. From both actually, I think Rueg's just a little bit crisper. It's better from Fakhoulin there, a little bit more ambition in his work. And that'll help Rueg.
Oh, shots from Rueg, quick as well.
And crisp.
Yeah, that one on the end of it, the cleanest of the lot. Oh, and they exchange right hands.
Clash of heads there, and acknowledgement from both, I think.
And then the switch to southpaw again from Rueg. And then back to orthodox. Yeah, it would be mentally exhausting to be in there with him. Fakhoulin doing well so far. He's dropped the hands himself now. Whether that is a wise move or not will remain to be seen. 1 minute and round 4 to go.
It's a good shot there, right hand to the body there, and just a little left hand over the top on Rueg. See his little turn to the side, and a little pivot on Rueg.
There's been a subtle but effective change of pace for Rueg in this round, isn't there? Fakhoulin feels him out with a jab.
Shot, he walked onto one there. Rueg put it landed with a better right hand, I felt.
A bit of head movement from Rueg to miss the jab. Another round in the bank, but I think we saw a little bit more from Mace Rueg there.
Yeah, it was a busier round, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Not massively, but a little bit more busier round. Yeah, it's one of those fights where it's tricky because he can't. No, that's his style, though, to be an aggressive counter puncher, making you miss up close, but putting pressure on you with the feet, allowing you to make mistakes so he can land. But Fakhoulin's not really doing that. Fakhoulin's not really doing that. He's waiting as well, so it makes it frustrating for Rueg, trying to force him to fire back. But again, that one, I think he was a bit more committed to his task there, Rueg, and got to coach him, let his punches go in combinations a little bit more. I think that brought out some of the fight in his opponent.
10 seconds, Gordon. Second down. Round 5.
Penultimate round then. 5 of the 6 scheduled. Next in the ring, we've got Kobe McNamara on debut against Jake Pollard, then Harry Fry versus Delmar Thomas, and then our main event, Jack Bateson versus Ramesh Mahmood from the English super bantamweight belt. Still a bit of action left in this intriguing 6-rounder though. Mace Rueg even drawing some frenetic movement out of Fakhoulin now. Bit of mirroring. Coolin going for the body shot, and then Rueg just 1, 2, 3 up top.
That's nice. Tricky there from Rueg. Got good vision, hasn't he, Rueg? Because there's a good little double left hook there for Coolin, but Rueg saw them both easily. Just blocked the head and then dipped out the elbow down to block the body shot.
And as we were talking about him perhaps looking best orthodox, he's got off a couple of lovely combinations with the southpaw lead. Fascinating watch.
It's just constant movement with him, isn't it? That's good work. Good head movement as well from Fakulin.
.115, around 5 to go. But again, it's not at a hectic pace for Rueg, who makes Fakulin miss again. Lovely bit of head movement.
It's not a hectic pace, but he does more movement in a round than some fighters do in 6.
Well, that's what I mean. He's never going to be one of these fighters who throws hundreds of punches around, because it would be exhausting. You wouldn't last 2 rounds at the pace that he moves the body at. Again, that lovely bit of movement, again, that body movement to miss the shot. And then finishing on a body shot. Super confident.
A bit of the Roy Jones there, touch your foot, throw a punch. Oh, it's nice. Good reactions there from Rueg. Block and counter. See, once he gets into a little bit of rhythm flow like this, then he wants to be busy with the hands. He's happy to take a few more risks then.
Just a reminder, he is 21 years of age. This is remarkable confidence in the ring for a 21-year-old.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, he's full of himself, isn't he? And so he should be. You know, he's got plenty of ability, and he's awkward and unorthodox. You know, things that are hard to work against. Got really fast hands, and good reaction times as well. So he does a lot of good things. You know, and he makes he does some things that he gets away with it, which are wrong. Squaring the feet out quite constantly, he does that because he's so unorthodox, and there's always movements before and after he does that. He gets away with it at this level.
So for an orthodox fighter then, when you get back into the gym with your trainer, if you're squaring up like that, that would be an obvious thing to work on. For somebody who is unorthodox like him, are those still the things that you would work on, and are they easier or more difficult to fix?
10 seconds, corners.
I think they're harder to fix when you're in a switch hitter, because you're constantly moving your feet, so you'll sort of square up naturally at some point. And also that means because you're used to switching your feet, he jumps into punches. So when he's in the orthodox with the left hand forward, he'll jump in with the right hand, but naturally take that right foot forward and switch his stance. It's almost like a natural move because he's used to switching. And I just think that it sort of smells of like a kickboxer sort of type move, where you'll kick with the leg and then bring that foot will stay forward.
And this is the 6th and final round. Rueg on the front foot, gets through with the left hand there as well.
Yeah, that was a little screw shot there, wasn't it, through the guard.
Quick hands again, and balanced as he's throwing them too. Good left hook there from Fakulin.
See, they're really fast hands and they're snappy punches. I just don't feel there's enough weight behind them to make Fakulin panic under the pressure, because the pressure from Rueg is immense with the feet. But I just think it's enough with the hands, or enough weight in the hands, to make Fakulin really panic.
So, since you mentioned kickboxing, as soon as Mace Rueg put his hands up there and arched the back in defence, that looked a bit kickboxery as well.
Yeah, he does. A lot of things point to that. Oh, it's nice work, good work. And again, it's lovely stuff. See the little bounce of his body as well before he let the punches go.
Yeah, going through the gears in this final round. Fakulin trying to slow him down with some body shots.
Oh, good left hook to the body and a right hand there.
Yeah, nice from Fakulin. 90 seconds to go. Two very good but very different boxers in there.
Yeah. Nice.
That's the thing, when you stand there with your gloves down, every now and then you're just going to have to take one.
Yeah, there's a risk. No, he's daring to throw a punch. He can make you miss, make you pay. Sometimes, you know, doesn't always work out.
Well, into the last minute then, Rayog versus Pat Coolin. Yeah, a few feints from Pat Coolin then, but Rayog makes him pay.
That's nice. Again, a lot of things you wouldn't teach anyone, squaring the feet up, but he gets the result, doesn't he? Still screw shot through the guard again.
Fast, accurate hands there from Rayog. Pat Coolin looking to bully his way out of the corner, but Rayog keeping in there. 6 unorthodox, highly entertaining rounds of boxing there.
He's sort of fun to watch, isn't he? And that's what you feel. Even when he's not doing anything, it's always like an air that something might happen around him. But listen, there's loads to work on, and so there should be. You know, he's still a young guy, and you know, he's still early in his career. That's his 6th fight now. That'll be certainly his 6th win, you would feel. And so no, but he's going on at a good pace. Just, you know, I just think again, like I said in the past, sometimes you know, he can just slow down on some of these punches to get a little bit more purchase in the shots. But he's up against in fact Coolin, a tricky guy who wouldn't oblige him. Didn't feel panicked under pressure. You know, use that experience to not worry when the guy was putting him under pressure with the feet, where a lot of fighters do. And just wasn't willing to fire back until he felt comfortable in doing so, which made it harder for Rayog to get the results that he wanted. But still, a pretty conclusive win, I feel.
Well, 6 rounds completed. The 2 men are in the middle, and Nico's about to make it official.
Referee John Latham scores the contest 60-54 for your winner in the red corner, Mace Rayog.
Rayog gets all 6, then played his part in a highly entertaining 6 rounds here, but Rayog travels back to Bournemouth with a perfect record of 6 fights and 6 victories. And I'm sure those of you watching him for the first time will definitely be following him on the journey. A very, very exciting young prospect indeed. Rustem Fatkulin raises his glove and gets applause for the part that he played. He will continue his journey on the road. He is a busy man, and we can see why. But tonight is all about that man, Mace Rayog. Steps between the ropes, keeping his undefeated record intact. And with his brand new fan club, Mace Rayog. Still 3 bouts to go then. Next up, it is the debut of Kobe McNamara against Jake Paul. I think we will be hearing from Kobe at the end of this one as well. Very popular, sold a huge amount of tickets this evening. So I'm going to jump in the ring afterwards and try and have a conversation with him. After that, Harry Fryer versus Delmar Thomas, and then the main event for the English super bantamweight title, Jack Bateson against Ramesh Mahmood. Thank you for joining us wherever you're watching around the world. We're live on IFL TV. This is Bateson Promotions in association with MTK Global. And the MTK Roadshow goes up to Newcastle tomorrow night. Hopefully you'll join us for that. As for Bateson Promotions,
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is
back to that after we get the fighters in the
4
ring.
3-minute rounds. Please welcome to the blue corner from Bradford, Jake Pollard.
Jake Pollard, 24th professional bout, and should it go the distance, will move to 99 professional rounds. 29 years of age, from Bradford, just around the corner He was stopped in his second and third fights consecutively, and since then he has gone the distance with everyone he's been in the ring with, including Delmar Thomas, who is in the ring after this. This is 4th time at this venue, although last time was back
Please
in
welcome
2019.
to the red corner, making his professional debut from Leeds, Kobe McNamara!
And the banqueting suite here at Ellen Road rises to its feet. What a reception. But he's been making the living in the fight game for quite some time. Coaches both boxing and Muay Thai. He's a British Muay Thai champion. Now taking the kicks and elbows out of it and concentrating on his fists. Made the transition from Thai boxing to boxing at 18. Before stepping into the ring this evening, his final spar was with Sonny Edwards, the undefeated IBF World Flyweight Champion. Since signing, he spent his time sharpening the tools at MTK's gym in Tenerife, fighting out of the Golden Team gym in Leeds. And for a debutant, this is some reception. They're all here to see that man, Kobe McNamara, on debut.
Ladies and gentlemen, a featherweight contest of 4 3-minute rounds. Introducing in the blue corner, wearing the camouflage shorts, weighing 8 stone, 11 pound and 2 ounces, from Bradford, Jake Pollard. And in the red corner, wearing the white and yellow shorts, weighing 8 stone, 9 pounds, making his professional debut from Leeds, Kobe McNamara. Your referee, Andy Brook.
Well, both men received their final instructions. Jake Pollard looks like a WWE bad guy, and he was treated like one then by the crowd here, booed into the ring. And Kobe McNamara certainly looks the part. And his debut this evening already, looking to do some tidy work. But on debut, when you step out in front of a crowd like this, everyone's still on their feet. That comes with pressures of its own. Oh,
it's massive pressures, because again, I keep saying the same thing all the time. It's that eagerness to over-impress, because you've got all these people calling your name, the euphoria of it all. You'll go there maybe faster than you would normally like. So it's about settling in, believing in your confidence, in your ability. Listen, if he starts fast, this might be his style anyway, but he started nice and fast, solid work. Pollard's just trying to walk him down, make McNamara work hard.
Good body shot there from McNamara.
Nice straight shots as well there from McNamara. Nice high hands. Keeps his shape really well. Fires right on the line.
Keeps his left hand high there to block the big right hand of Pollard. And then catches Pollard with the left hand. Again, everyone up on their feet here. They will be expecting a real show here from McNamara. But as I said during the ring walks, Pollard generally does not get stopped. Yet to have a professional win.
But Pollard's got that natural strength. He's trying to walk McNamara down. But McNamara's boxing well, because he's constantly moving, but he's holding his feet when he throws the punches. So he's getting plenty of purchase in his shots, as you see there. But then skipping away, trying to create that distance, create that space.
Well, on the odd occasion, he does drop the guard. You can see a bit of reddening on the face of Jake Pollard. And a lot of them coming off the gloves, but these do look like spiteful shots from McNamara. You can see a bit of the Muay Thai creeping in there as he just turned him round on the ropes.
Good right hand there from Pollard, and again on a left hook.
McNamara digs in with a body shot in response.
Oh, lovely straight left hand there from McNamara. It's a good shot. But the man strength of Pollard there, just trying to force himself and coach himself on the style here, isn't he, of McNamara? That's nice still from him there. Throw those combinations, skip out of distance, go again.
McNamara seems to be putting a lot of effort into these shots, and a lot of them off the gloves, off the arms. That'll be taxing on the gas tank.
Yeah, he will. I think he's gone on pretty fast, but then Pollard's put the pressure on him from the offset, so I think he's had to. A good shot from Pollard end the round, but you still feel a clear round from McNamara.
Ladies and gentlemen, could you please take your seats?
Good round from
Otherwise, the boxing
McNamara.
will not go on. Please return to your
Nico,
seats.
the ring announcer, aka the fun police.
Asking for the impossible.
The safety of the boxers is our imperative action.
I mean, I understand that they say the safety of the boxers, but there's a couple of hundred people stood up and two men trying to knock each other's blocks off in the ring.
We see some good work here from McNamara. There's a good movement, the fast hands. But again, I think when he throws his shots, he plants his feet enough to get so he gets the purchase on the punches. What it is, though, is physical strength from Pollard, that man strength he has. And he had a little donut a couple of times, didn't he? And landed some good punches of his own. Though he still lost the round quite conclusively.
Seconds out. Round 2.
You know, you were having a go at Nico, but he's got them all sat down.
He has.
Dave.
He's doing a great job for us this evening.
He has more respect and command than you will ever have.
Ah, yes. Well, that's why I sit here, being your babysitter for the evening. Second round, Kobe McNamara against Jake Pollard. Well, accurate shots by McNamara, but he's being met by Pollard's gloves that are gripped tightly to the head.
Yeah, but I think enough. He might take the sting out of the shots, but I think some of those solid jabs and left hands, when they're straight, are going through the target. Well, I think he just clipped McNamara there.
A couple of good early career performances this evening. Will Harrison got in 4 rounds against Gary Maguire, getting his professional career off to a perfect start. And Connolly Doherty, it was his second bout. He looked stylish against Simas Volosinas. Ellis Hopkins against Claudia Vig as well. We saw 6 rounds from her. So some good young talent coming through on this Bateson promotion show this evening.
Good work, oh, it's lovely from McNamara there. Little half a step back, making Pollard miss and coming back with a 2-punch combination. Good shot. That was good there from McNamara again, because he threw 3 combinations. They were 1-2 straights, right, left, straight punches. Then on the 4th one, he changed the second shot to an uppercut. That's good work. Lovely jabs, lovely.
And this is where Pollard could have a little bit of luck, using his strength. Bit of a talking to there for McNamara.
He's just holding on, that's all. That's all. I think Pollard was a bit close to the head, but I still think McNamara was holding and trying to pull it down. It's a lovely move there for McNamara. He just didn't execute it to the finish. To the roll underneath, got the right angle to throw an uppercut and sort of left it alone. Good boxing here, because he slowed the pace down a bit, hasn't he? McNamara hasn't tried too hard, but that solid jab is stopping Pollard from walking through him. And he's picking off. Good shot though from Pollard there.
Yeah, he's not scared to throw, is he, Pollard?
Well, we were talking about journeymen in my day, weren't we? And this is a real example of that. A guy you're gonna beat, you should beat, but he'll make you work for it. And you'll learn a few things as well. I know it doesn't seem that way, but you are. Good work.
Heavy left hand to end the round for Kobe McNamara. And again, just sits down, fills the lungs. Does look composed out there, though, doesn't he, in the corner?
He does, because what McNamara's doing, what I say, you learn a few things. Because when he does this in sparring, because he's got lovely moves, fast hands, he's a sharp, snappy puncher, he dominates. I bet you most people he dominates, and they can't cope with that, with the movement, they can't cope with the hand speed, and they can't cope with maybe the sharpness of the shot. But then when you come against a guy with experience like Pollard is, and physically stronger with that man strength, he just keeps walking forward all the time. So you have to adjust your feet and learn, and not everyone's going to be backing away when you hit him. So so these, I guess, an old-fashioned journeyman like Pollard is, like of that ilk. They're never going to win the fight, so it's a learning experience without the fear of getting beaten, that sort of thing. But it's still, if you're not very good or you switch off, they're going to make you pay for it.
Round 3. Yeah, the shape is the same. Pollard comes out, hands high. Even very small targets for Kobe McNamara.
Oh, lovely.
Lovely left hand.
Just the movement before this, brilliant.
Back comes Pollard. See some reddening just on either cheek of Pollard. Oh, it's a low one. McNamara just aiming for the body. Sure, it wasn't malicious, but it was certainly painful.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Listen, if Pollard's complaining, it was painful. You know that for sure, don't you?
Oh, look at him running back into the ring and landing the left hand, Pollard. And McNamara again, keeping him at distance. And landing a counter left when Pollard overbalanced. Good quick hands from McNamara.
Oh, it's good there from a good effort there, isn't it, from Pollard? See, I think the crowd have got Pollard round up more than they have McNamara.
Cuffing right hand there from Pollard. I think he caught McNamara with the forearm there.
Nice work though from McNamara. It's good work.
Really trying with that counter left hand, isn't he?
Is. I think the left eye's just starting to close there of Pollard. It's a little bit red and a little bit swollen. Oh, nice uppercut there from Pollard in that little exchange. That's McNamara just trying to close the distance with the short on the punches. No need to. And again, caught on top of the head after he lands his 2 straight punches. Good jab and a good movement of the feet there from McNamara.
Body shot and then 2 up top there from McNamara.
Nice work. Nice work. Not a lot on those shots, but they're good, fast, clean scoring shots. Real good shot there from Pollard. Good right hand. Nice, lovely footwork. It's a nice little change of direction.
Three rounds in. Again, Jake Pollard certainly putting the effort in, landing a few shots, but McNamara still accurate, still quick, still showing us he's got a decent skill set.
This is what a debut should be. You know, for the kid who's got talent, should be taxing. All these fights where the guy's just going to not do anything to try and win. I'm not saying it shouldn't be like a 50-50 fight for him. Fights like this where he's got to be on his game. The guy's making him work hard, pushing him without being in any massive danger. Is what a debut should be about. Because now we've seen some grit for McNamara. Most time we don't see it until 10 fights in. So you know, he's winning comfortably, he's boxing really well, shows some lovely movement and skills. Because he hasn't got that man, James Pollard's maybe able to walk through him a little bit at times, but never enough to have any control and making McNamara show best a bit about himself.
Fourth and final round. Pollard just chokes that left hook before he throws it from the rafters, and McNamara again with that 1-2 and lands a shot to the body as the crowd found their voices again. Another left hand there from Pollard.
That's nice there, that's lovely work. 3-punch combination, half a step out again, comes back with another 2 punches. It's good work. Nice, almost came off there. That long left hand there from Pollard. And McNamara, sorry.
Two minutes of this one to go.
He's had to use the feet probably more than he would expected here tonight, McNamara, but he's used it well. I think the foot must be really good. Dancing around the ring, changing direction, generating the space to come back with the counter shots after he lands with a couple of punches.
Ooh, good shot there from Pollard.
And McNamara as well. I think he landed flush with the left hand.
Again, Pollard, seen that a few times where he knows he's too close to show the hook, but he'll just cuff him with a forearm or a glove or anything to get something on young McNamara.
When he's on the ropes, McNamara, that's when you got to get low and roll or low and pivot.
1 minute to go. Pollard calls his man on.
It's a little bit low again with that uppercut there. McNamara, that's good work from him though, and here's Pollard coming on strong.
And as soon as the referee calls them back in, Pollard's practically running across the ring. Loves to engage. Hard opponent, and then McNamara tries to walk him onto the right hand, but then just gets back to his boxing, the jab and then the left hand in behind it.
But he hasn't been able to make a dent in Pollard, McNamara, but he's landed with some quality shots. And even though they're partially blocked, the sting taken out of them with the tight defence there of Pollard, I think he's still under pressure. He's boxed really well here, young McNamara.
That's the final bell. The arms of Kobe McNamara go up. But an entertaining debut, decent 4 rounds.
That's a great learning fight. That's a great learning fight for him. It really is. He will have learned so much from that. And that's what they should be. That's what they should be. And when we spoke this afternoon in the hotel, we were speaking about journeyman in my era. And about a guy of us called Miguel Matthews, who's actually got more boxing skills than Pollard, to be honest. But he was like that. He would make you work hard, and in those last couple of rounds, he would put it right on you to show you, listen, I can do better than this. But it made you work, it made you learn stuff about that. And you have to remember, they teach us.
Ladies and gentlemen, your appreciation, please, for both boxers. Referee Andy Brooks scores the contest 40-36 for the winner. In the red corner, Kobe McNamara.
Well, young Kobe McNamara, gets out the most important first fight out of the way with a good win, good impressive win in a fight that he had to work hard in. Of course, Pollard came to teach him a lesson, show him what the game was all about. It's not about just boxing abilities, it's physical strength, determination, and he made young McNamara work very, very hard. But McNamara, I thought he coped with the pressure quite well. The footwork was good with him, moving around the ring, creating space to throw those long counter shots. good quality in his work, holding his feet at times to try and get some purchase in the punches, but then ultimately always using that foot, always getting the space to create the quality of the work, got him through, and he got the win. And again, a good win to start off his professional career, a good learning fight, and he'll move on from that, and I think he'll have a pretty successful career. And it'll be interesting. We're going to see with Dave Rogers in a minute. It'll be interesting to see how he feels about that, because he sold a lot of tickets, there was a lot of pressure with him tonight, a big crowd all screaming his name, and he went off at a fast pace. But I think even though he was pushed by Pollard, I think he settled down quite well under the pressure, and for the young man and all that pressure, sold all those tickets in his first fight. I thought he did really, really well, and I think he has a pretty bright future.
Kobe, your professional career is underway. You've won this evening in front of an incredible crowd. How have you built that following so early in your career?
It's just Leeds. Just get behind you all the time. My dad's not a well-known guy. I am. It just runs in it, family, doesn't it? So, yeah.
There's a lot been said about your combat sports history. You've been doing it since you were a boy, whether it's been Muay Thai. Why now? Why have you decided that boxing is your professional career?
Well, more money in it, isn't there? I wouldn't to say that, yeah, but I just want to follow in, obviously Josh Warrington's footsteps. I want to be, just want to be the next Josh. And this is my old man.
Well, I'm gonna ask him about the performance, but I'll ask you first. It looks slick, it looks sharp. He had to work hard, but he's a winner, and he showed some real quality this evening.
He's got an art, hasn't he? He's got an art, and he's got class. And he's my boy, and I love him. Thank you, everybody, for putting us on to this show.
Hey, he's more than welcome to. It's a great atmosphere here this evening. Look, we can't get carried away, but you're very ambitious. You've got quality. You've got age on your side. Where do you want to go? But more importantly, what's next? When can we next expect you to see in the ring?
As soon as possible, really. I want to get out there straight away, get as many wins as I can, and obviously look for belts. I'd love a British title. Yeah, that's it.
Look at this. Look at the fan base we've got. We are the next Josh Warrington. We are the next Josh Warrington.
Well, he is here this evening. We'll leave you celebrate this evening. Any final words for the fans who watched at home?
I just want to say thank you to all my sponsors who sponsor me. Andy Jones, my main sponsor. Yeah, he's really looked after me, so thank you, Andy.
Congratulations this evening. Good luck next time and enjoy the celebrations. Well, great to hear from Kobe there. And great to see how emotional his very proud father was. Proud family. Proud city, and a bright future for Kobe McNamara. He gets his professional career underway with a points victory over Jake Pollard. A hard-earned and well-deserved victory as well. Still, 2 bouts to come here this evening, though, as we count down to the English Super Bantamweight 10-rounder between Jack Bateson and Ramesh Mahmood. Just a reminder that we are in Newcastle tomorrow, and for Bateson Promotions, they've got Pride and Glory coming up on Friday the 19th of November as well. Guest of honour will be Frank Bruno. There are pro debuts for Bagnall, Wisher and Davidson. Tickets are still available. But now let's get the next fight in the ring. It's Fryer versus Thomas.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout, sponsored by Waste Team Leeds, is a super lightweight contest of 6 3-minute rounds. Please welcome to the blue corner from Nottingham, Dalmar Thomas.
Dalmar Thomas, known to his friends as Debo, coming up from Bestwood in Nottingham. Won his first 5 bouts, a couple of early stoppages in there as well. Like many, his career hit the brakes in early 2020. He made his comeback in February of this year when he boxed Sam Noakes at the Copper Box. Both men were undefeated prospects, but unfortunately for Thomas, it was Noakes who left the ring with that moniker intact. He had 4 big clean shots, and Bob Williams waved it off. Comes from an unlicensed background, trained by his cousin Barrington Brown. He had that opportunity, he took it. It didn't work out, but the rebuild
begins here tonight. It is another opportunity in front of a great crowd here in Leeds to get the career back on track. Delmar Thomas fighting out of the blue corner here this evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the red corner, from Bramley, Kid Dynamite, Harry Fryer!
Kid Dynamite, 4 professional fights, undefeated, just 20 years of age. Local lad from Bramley, picking up again after a stop-start career as a young pro, got out of the block super quickly. In late 2019, early 2020, dropped Michael Mooney on debut en route to a 40-35 win. Followed that up with a closer fight against Lee Connolly here at this very venue. Then another comfortable win, dropping out from Cesar twice in 4 rounds. But 18 months of no action followed before he stepped back against Paul Cummings in September for another solid points win. Likes to get his shots away early. Big on his hooks.
Super lightweight contest of 6 and 3-minute rounds. Introducing in the blue corner, wearing the camouflage shorts, weighing exactly 10 stone, with a record of 6 contests, 5 wins, 1 loss, and 2 by way of knockout, from Nottingham, Delmar Thomas! And in the red corner, wearing the white and gold shorts, weighing 9 stone and 12 pounds, with a record of 4 straight wins, Kid Dynamite from Bramley, Harry Fryer! Your referee, John Latham.
Well, Kid Dynamite, 20 years of age, 25 is Delmar Thomas. Slight weight advantage for Thomas, but he is coming off the back of that heavy knockout defeat. Harry Fryer looking to take the next step. Delmar Thomas looking to get back to winning ways. That's the first chance for rebuild for Thomas after that hefty knockout. Debo in the camouflage shorts and silver boots. Harry Fryer, white with gold trim. Quite extravagant gold trim as well, I hasten to add. A bit of action early on as well. 6 threes this one. Good right hand there from Fryer.
That was good, that was good. Thomas starting fast there. He just got to keep that left hand in front of his chin because he squares up a little bit.
Thomas trying to get that left hand away.
Oh, good swinging now.
Well, 30 seconds in. I've not really had one this evening. This looks like it might be a good old-fashioned terror. Left hook from Fryer was not far off the button of Thomas.
Thomas just landed with a good body shot there. Thomas just leaving that chin a little bit higher and standing a little bit too tall. Bend those knees a little bit there, Thomas, when he's coming in close.
And it's the penultimate fight of the night. Fryer's actually been sparring with Jack Bateson in the build-up to this fight.
Good shot there, look on Fryer. And again there.
Shot there. Whoa.
That's the same shot as a couple of punches ago there from Fryer there. That he sort of jumps in with that little screw shot, doesn't he, with the left hand.
Put the brakes on the right hand there, Harry Fryer, and then bounces off the top of Thomas's head.
The left hook as well there from Fryer. Again, Thomas, you know, committing to the task, but just again stands a little too tall when he throws his shots.
A lot of venom in both men's work, though.
There's no feeling out process, is there? That's for sure. Good there from Thomas. The first 2 land missed, but he continued the combination. Got success with the last left hook.
Body shot there from Fryer. A little bit low
off the hip. Oh, shot there on the way out as well. Thomas a little bit upright, and Fryer catches him with the left.
You're trying to force the pace, Thomas, and that's not a bad thing, you know. And he's trying to put pressure on Fryer. Just got to keep those hands tight, just, you know, just bend those legs a little bit, get a little bit lower. And Fryer's just trying to time it, isn't he? Sitting on that back foot. Good jab there from Fryer.
Yeah, Thomas getting a good left hook away of his own there, Thomas, but a little bit too close to get a proper extension on it. Shot right this time from Fryer. It's been more accurate when he's thrown it as a lead punch. He's been a bit wild with it off the back of the jab. But an action-packed opening 3 rounds, Fryer versus Thomas.
Good start, wasn't it? Good exciting start to the fight there for these two. And then Thomas came out like a bull out of the gate, didn't he? He's trying to force himself on him. And then Fryer, you know, really engaged, fighting back. I think just to clean the work of Fryer there, probably better counter punching, a little bit better vision. Probably got him ahead.
I think that's a lot of credit needs to be given to Delmore Thomas there, because when you're coming off the back of the first round stoppage, and he was stopped in quite some considerable style as well, it'd be easy to come out tentatively in your next fight.
Yeah, of course, yeah, but you know, I think he's done the right thing though, really. You've got to, you know, against someone like Fryer who's probably technically better than you as well. You give him space and time to produce his work, then you're going to be taking shots. So I think he's thinking, I'm just going to go right at him, put pressure on him, make him feel the pace.
Round 2, 6 scheduled. This
good uppercut there from Thomas.
And a left hook as well there from Thomas. Thomas. He's looking like he wants to throw the jab, but then the counter left from Fryer.
He's thrown that 3 times, hasn't he? He didn't jump into it this time with that little screw shot with the left hand from Fryer. It's worked a treat for him so far.
Question being, can they maintain this for 6 rounds? Just throwing heavy shots like this. Very fatiguing.
Oh, shot.
Monster shot from Fryer. Misses with the right, detonates with the left.
7, 8.
And that's it. It's a first stoppage of Harry Fryer's professional career. He remains undefeated. It's back-to-back KOs for Thomas. We asked if they could maintain it for 6 rounds. The answer was no, and what a shot to end the fight from Fryer.
It was an unbelievable. I think he caught him as he was throwing there as well, didn't he, Thomas? Thomas comes out with the throw shot himself, gets caught with a beautiful left hook. Literally, as well as Fryer throwing the punch, Thomas is throwing his own shots. He's putting all his body weight into that shot. Oh, that's a great shot. Unbelievable punch. And what a win for the biggest test of your career. That was a real risky fight. You know he's come off a loss, Thomas. It's a real risky test there for him. And Thomas was committed and putting the pressure on Fryer. He coped with it quite well. But that finish, that left hook, was an absolute corker of a punch.
Harry Fryer finally lives up to the nickname of Kid Dynamite. Beautiful shot to end the fight. And the crowd here in Leeds respond accordingly. Delmar Thomas up on 2 feet in his corner though. So we see this one again. So the left there.
So he dips down to come back with a hook of his own there, Thomas. And as he does that, Fryer just times him lovely. He dips down, comes back to throw a left hook on the southpaw stance here now, Thomas. As he comes up, and we were saying about he stands up straight and tall with the head a little bit too high.
Ladies
and maybe he did that. But either way, it was a great shot to throw. Good vision there from Fryer, and a great shot to finish the fight.
Well, both men on their feet, which is always a good start. Harry Fryer called into the middle. Will Delmar Thomas join him? Yes, he will. So let's go to Nico.
After 1 minute 19 seconds of the second round, your winner by knockout,
moment for that man, and the smile says everything. In front of a local crowd as well. We've had some real attritional battles this evening. That was not one of them. Two men who went toe-to-toe, and that man coming out on the right side.
Yeah, it was what a result. Because on paper, that was a hard test for him. And even though he had the better in the first round, that was still potentially a decent test for him as well. Great shot. Absolute fantastic punch. And it was winning, just as Thomas dipped down low, and rather than come up with a right hook, he stood up and then came back with a shot. And as he did that, that chin's exposed, and Fryer just timed it lovely, beautiful left hook, span him around.
What about this crowd here this evening then, Barry? They've enjoyed themselves.
Well, hooligans, look at them. Hands in the air, shouting, what's going on? Now, the crowd's been great tonight, but it's predominantly a dinner show. So they're all the ones who couldn't afford to buy a ticket to sit down and eat. That's what me and you would be, Dave, of course.
Well, absolutely. To be fair, there is a McDonald's just up the way, isn't there?
Well, we walked past it a few times, didn't we? Looking for money on it. But either way, like, look, in front of our fans, they come out because they knew this. He's telling them, listen, I'm in a real fight tonight. This is a really hard test for me, the first test of my career. So come and support me, and they feel that. And then when you get a win like that is great anyway. I've never had one, so I wouldn't know. But no, a win like that's great. But a win like that in what should be a big test for you, it's got to be electric.
Oh, absolutely. And to do it in front of the three world champions that are here this evening as well, yourself, Maxie Hughes, Josh Warrington.
And also, and more than that, Thomas, speaking of Thomas, he wasn't doing that bad. He was doing, he lost the first round, but I mean, he was doing okay. He was competitive. I think the tactic was pretty, wasn't too far off, trying to force the pace, put pressure on Fryer. So he was in it.
Gentlemen, our main event
Boxing's a cruel sport, I'm afraid.
Now it's time for our main event of the evening. Take it away, Nico.
Over 10 3-minute rounds. Please welcome to the ring from Ilford, Essex, Ramez Mahmood.
Ramez Mahmood. What an interesting character. The mathematician. A lot of fighters have to balance careers. He balances professional boxing with being a maths lecturer at Epping College, a former Southern Area featherweight champion, returning to the ring for the first time since losing that title to Chris Burke in an extremely close 10-rounder. That was 94-96 back in July 2020. Spoken about his ambitions. He'd love to get up to British or Commonwealth level to allow him to become a full-time fighter. Victory tonight would be a great start. It's the first time he's travelled outside of London to box. The first 11 fights of his career are at the York Hall. And he earned the right for a shot at the Southern Area strap when he outpointed undefeated Jack Budge to scale the highest heights of his career. That highest height would be even higher if he could get victory here in Leeds tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the red corner from Leeds, Jack Bateson!
Once again, the home crowd rise to their feet for undefeated Jack Bateson. Just listen to the reception. Made his debut in this very room back in September 2017. That, of course, was his first win and his first stoppage against Zolt Zarkosi. And that's the one that set him on the way. Since then, he's boxed another 8 times here. He's had great success, and it seems apt that it's where he boxes for his first belt. Has built well for this fight this year. Travelled to Bolton in April, where he beat Scottish and Celtic super bantamweight champion Joe Ham. That was the biggest test of his career, over 8 rounds. And then followed that by recovering from a second-round knockdown to beat Felix Garcia at Headingley on the Lara Warrington undercard. Here he is in those Leeds United colours. White, blue, gold. Has great support at home in this city that really do back their fighters, their sports teams, their bands. They're proud of Yorkshire, they're proud of Leeds, and he is one of their own. So 14 fights undefeated. Carried that on from the amateur ranks, an ABA champion at 48 and 51 kilos. Boxed and won for GB Lionhearts in World Series boxing as well. But now it is time. It's strap season in the pro game. Bateson versus Mahmood for the English Super Bantamweight title.
Our main event, ladies and gentlemen, for the vacant English Super Bantamweight title. Sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control, our steward in charge, Alan Ulster, inspectors Kurt Haslam, Barry Colson, our judges, John Latham, Phil Edwards, Terry O'Connor, and our referee, A-star, Steve Gray. Introducing our boxers, ladies and gentlemen. In the blue corner, wearing the black shorts, weighing 8 stone and 9 pound, 4 ounces. His record of 12 contests, 1 defeat, 11 wins, 2 by way of knockout. The former Southern Area featherweight champion from Ilford, Essex, the math magician, Ramez Mahmood. And in the red corner, wearing the white, blue and gold shorts, weighing 8 stone, 9 pound, 4 ounces. His record reads 14 contests, 14 wins, 3 by way of knockout. From Leeds, Jack Bateson! 10 3-minute rounds, and our referee, A-star Steve Gray.
What a reception there for Jack Bateson. He's got Josh Warrington in his corner, undefeated, but this is the first time he has fought for a belt. Huge opportunity for both of these men. Both would like to go English, British, then who knows? And today is the next step on that journey. 10 rounds scheduled. Bateson in the white, blue and gold trunks, the Leeds United colours. Mahmood in black with silver and gold trim.
Good movement there from Bateson. You can see Mahmoud there just trying to walk him down with his hands high. Shell-like defence, just trying to put the pressure on. That's good sharp hands there from Jack Bateson. And nice fast feet.
Those shots bouncing off the gloves for Bateson. Looks big at the weight as well, Bateson,
yeah,
doesn't he?
Yeah, it looks really big.
Mahmoud making himself difficult to hit, but Bateson certainly the busier in the opening minute.
Just a little bit of a slap there with that left hook. The right idea from Mahmoud, but just a little bit of an open hand about that glove. That's good there from Bateson. Nice little right hand on the centre of the line.
Referee steps in and breaks them up. Mahmoud getting caught there by the left of Bateson.
Good jab there from Mahmoud. And again there with the left hand there from Mahmoud.
Mahmoud lands the uppercut in the clinch there. Again, Bateson busy.
But he's making Bateson work hard, but I still think Bateson's landing, even though he's blocking all the shots or taking the sting off him, Mahmoud, I still think that Bateson's having the better. Even though he's the one in the pressure, he's the one producing the work with the gloves, with the scoring shots.
Yeah, looks pretty comfortable out there, Jack Bateson, in this opening round.
Nice. Nice body work there from Bateson and a nice little right uppercut.
Counter left there from Mahmoud.
Oh, good shot for the southpaw stance with a nice long left hand there, Bateson. Mahmoud's making him work hard.
Really nice finish to the round from Bateson. Looks very comfortable indeed there after 3 minutes. Mahmoud defending well. He's not been caught too many times, but Bateson's certainly the aggressor.
Yeah, well, Mahmoud's putting all the pressure on, you know, and trying to walk him down, and he's taking the single the shots for sure with the high defence. But enough of getting through. I think Bateson's, you know, being put under pressure here from Mahmoud, but I think he's coping with it quite well, creating space by moving the feet, changing direction, and landing for me with a cleaner, sharper punches. But Mahmoud had his successes in there at times. Just needs to pull the trigger a little bit earlier. You see there, he waited too long, let his hands go, and then Bateson can flurry off a combination and escape. But it was a decent pace for the first round.
10 seconds,
All said by Mahmoud, and we'll see if he can keep doing that pace, keep putting the pressure on Bateson, and Bateson can cope with it in the next 2 or 3 rounds.
Round 2.
Round 2, body shot early there from Bateson. Again, Mahmoud with those hands high. And walk him down, looking to control the middle of the ring. Just got caught by Bateson on the right hand there.
Yeah, nice little long right hook, wasn't it, from Bateson from the southpaw stance.
Oh, nice right hook again from Bateson. Likes that shot, really stepping into it, but it's Mahmoud who's going to work in the clinch.
Well, see, Bateson was a top-class amateur, so you give him a bit of space, a bit of time, and he'll have the hand speed and the vision to produce the quality work. Now, Mahmoud's walking forward, but he's not letting his hands go quick enough. He's not pulling the trigger quick enough to put Bateson under the pressure that will make him panic. That's better from Mahmoud. Didn't have the success, but making the effort to let his hands go. Oh, good left hook there from Mahmoud. That's nice from Bateson there. Little pivot with the right hook. And again, lovely work.
Nice that time from Mahmoud.
Brought that right foot forward there, Mahmoud there, allowed Bateson to hold on. Oh, lovely work from Bateson, that's little 1-2. And again,
It's well timed, wasn't it? Because Mahmoud has had those hands so high. Just as he was walking in, he left the gap, and Bateson able to be accurate and precise, and body shot there from Bateson. Takes the left hand in, he's just working so well.
And working so hard, though, we have to mention that. It's a good left hand there from Mahmoud. Little 1-2 there from Mahmoud there, not loads of weight behind the shots, but scoring punches all the same.
30 seconds of the round to go. Bateson with the left, and then ducks out of the way as left hand from Bateson.
Mahmoud needs a little bit of a roll to his work when he's coming forward. Shot.
Two rounds in, the second round much the same as the first. Bateson throwing more punches, but again this is going to be a real test for Bateson because he's thrown a high volume of punches. As we get into the later rounds, do you expect that pace to be able to continue?
Well, it depends on. I think this pace, yes, I actually think he can. I think he'll have a lull. Everything's a second win, but I don't feel that Mahmoud's putting pressure on it. But I don't think it's intense enough. You know, I don't think it's threatening enough, I should say. He's making Bateson work, but there's not a massive threat behind that, so he's just making Bateson move around, but still allowing Bateson enough space to pretty much land at will. So he needs to get closer with the feet. He's let his hands go. This is from Mahmood, of course. He's let his hands go before he's not pulling the trigger quick enough. And in that sense, it's not making Bateson feel uncomfortable with any of this pressure.
Round 3.
Good body shot there from Bateson. That's a good move, and again, that's that high guard, but the elbows are high and wide with Mahmood. That's nice. Again, Mahmood waiting a little too long, let his hands go. Bateson not rally off a combination and just escape. That's another thing with Mahmood, he's not cutting the ring off enough.
Bateson digs in with a body shot before he gets backed up onto the ropes. One thing he's able to do with that great footwork as well is when Mahmood comes through with that lead right hand, he just makes him look really slow, doesn't he, and labouring. Plenty of travelling supporters for Ramez Mahmood. I mean, obviously it's a partisan crowd here, but you can see
shots from Mahmood.
Support behind both, and Mahmood a little bit better with those straight shots.
Bateson comes back with some quality work again. Oh, it's lovely right hook there on the spin there from Bateson. I think he's got a little nick over the right eye there, Jack Bateson. I think the referee was signalling catch ahead. Good right hand there from Mahmood. We've got to work off it, got to work on it. Work from it, I should say.
Another busy round here in the third for Jack Bateson. Just looks full of energy. And perhaps better than the combos he's putting together. When he gets out of range and makes himself very difficult to hit. Mahmood hasn't landed a lot of clean shots with 1 minute to go in round 3.
Lovely uppercut there, wasn't there? That early exchange there from Bateson. So he's in front of him, Mahmood. He's sort of tried to close the gap, but he just stood in front of him. Needs to roll, give it a roll with a different angle, and let his hands go. Oh, nice there from Bateson again. Boxing very well, isn't he?
Yeah, just that little bit of energy when he hears that there's going to be 10 seconds of the round left. Finish it on a high. If there was any doubt in the mind of the men scoring the fight, just something that'll catch their eye. 3 good rounds for the home fighter.
I think so, yeah. I think the tackle from Mahmood is the right sort of idea. I just think he needs to just get a little bit of a roll, get a bit lower when he's coming forward, and change the angle, because it's a bit square right in front of you, isn't it? That's the thing. And let his hands go more frequently and quicker. But for Bateson, he didn't keep this up, because I think he's been forced to work, but I don't think it's a frantic pace for him.
10 seconds,
He likes to move on, likes to let his hands go in combinations. I think, without being really comfortable, I think he's controlling it on the move.
Round 4, still plenty of time left in this one. English Super Bantamweight title is on the line. Jack Bateson lands a lovely left hand. And there's Mahmood. Well, both men pretty much vigorously sticking to their tactics, aren't they? Jack Bateson is busy. Mahmood has got high hands, keeps trying to walk him down.
but at some point he's going to have to ask different questions.
Well, the thing is, you put pressure on a guy, make him work hard, but there has to be a threat to your work. And at the minute, that's better from Mahmood. I don't feel the threat's severe enough to make Bateson panic. And I mean, that's what you want, the pressure to make him panic. When he panics, he'll make mistakes. The breathing's different, and he gets tired quicker. I don't think that's quite there yet from Mahmood. So that's why I'm saying he's got to let his hands go more frequent and make that pressure more intense. Nice there from Bateson, and then switches back to southpaw, which he's had plenty of success in his lovely left hand. I was going to say he's had more success as a southpaw, Bateson, and then landed a nice 1-2.
When he throws those short hooks, he is just out of sight so quickly. Lovely hands from Bateson, then gets through with the uppercut as well. That makes Mahmood engaged.
You know, that was lovely work from Bateson, but Mahmood shouldn't be there, shouldn't be standing there for that long to allow that many punches to hit him, you know, trying to move away or block.
Mahmood gets pushed back with a jab from Bateson, who swings the lead right hook and misses as Mahmood looks to go to the body. But as soon as Mahmood puts any kind of pressure on, Bateson either just wraps him up or steps out. And working off that wide stance, Jack Bateson.
Nice uppercut there, and close there from Mahmood.
One minute around 4 to go. Oh, shot from Bateson. And the jab. There's a tiny little gap there, but Bateson still managed to find it.
He almost just turned the hand slightly sideways, didn't he, just to fit through the gap. Trying to make the effort, isn't he? There, move, but again, it's just not enough. Nice, lovely shot there from Bateson, boxing so well under pressure.
Again, just at the end of the round, right hand step out, and then has Mahmood on the ropes as the bell goes. At the end of round 4. Jack Bateson, the picture of cool there. We weren't privy to the game plan before the fight, Barry Jones, but I can imagine it looked a lot like what we've seen from that man. He's boxed to order.
Yeah, he has, and I think this is the sort of fight, because again, you can't keep going back to his amateur pedigree forever, because this is his 15th fight, but because of that amateur schooling as well, being able to box and move, you know, when a guy's right in front of you, boxing in straight lines, is sort of bread and butter. So for Mahmood, he has to change that tact. The idea to put pressure on Bateson is always the right idea, of course, make him work hard, but to do it in straight lines, straight forward, is never going to really work unless you catch him with a great shot. Speaking of great shots, there was a lovely body shot there from Jack Bateson with the right hook, left hook.
Right hook off the gloves and then quick hands from Bateson before they wrap each other up again.
See what I mean? Like, there he's throwing Mahmood, there now, in combinations. That's how you put the pressure on. That's how you make Bateson feel the panic. Or potentially, of course.
Right hook bounces off the top of the head of Mahmood.
He's flowing at the minute, isn't he, Jack Bateson?
Yeah, he's growing
really
confidence.
Flowing.
And when he's come sort of square on with us, we've just seen the little change in angle in the torso when he goes left hand to right hand. Makes it very difficult for Mahmood to do anything other than keep those hands high and hope they bounce off the gloves and he starts to fatigue, but no sign of that so far as we approach halfway through round 5.
Oh, double up that jab, Mahmood. He's not even single jabs every now and again, but I think if he really stamps with the front foot closer to the distance and double jabs, makes that jab a heavy shot. Good shot there from Mahmood, lovely jab.
Oh, and then Bateson comes back with the right hand off the back of the Mahmood jab. We saw the double jab there from Mahmood, but then just got too close to put anything on the end of it.
I think he's waiting to get too close for it, lets his hands go in general, to be honest. And nice, that's a lovely uppercut there though from him, Mahmood.
And some body shots in the clinch from Bateson. Just bullies Mahmood into the red corner. And size-wise, there is a big physical difference between these two. Bateson taller, broad around the shoulders. We're seeing the difference in strength in those exchanges on the ropes, aren't we? Where Bateson's just able to push Mahmood onto them, put him where he wants him.
And just create the space to land with those 2 shots to finish the round, yeah. This is the effort from Mahmood, you can't fault it, you know, he's constantly trying to push forward. Just again, I just think, you know, he's waiting to get too close to let his hands go. And then by the time he gets that close, he's only allowed to throw a single shot, or he has to defend again because Bateson's rallied off a combination.
So 5 rounds in, Bateson versus Mahmood. Mahmood keeps coming forward, but Bateson really seems to be relaxing into this fight.
10 seconds, corners.
There's some lovely flowing work.
Seconds out.
And he's too close, he's not scared to wrap up
Round
Mahmood.
6.
And stop him from doing anything again. As soon as the bell goes, Bateson on the jab, lands the first shot, then lands the first telling shot there, that right hand before stepping out of range.
Oh, it's nice work there from Bateson.
But again, just like at the end of the last round, when they're in this position here, Bateson's literally able to put Mahmood where he wants him, get him on the ropes, lean on him, drain him, and then get back to work. Oh, shot from Bateson.
Oh, good left hook there from Mahmood, but first bit of success for a while for him. It's been all Bateson so far in this round, hasn't it?
Well, they're going to have a talking to here.
He's going to tell Mahmood about rushing him with the head and Bateson about pulling it down, you would feel, but
well, the last thing Rames Mahmood needs is a point deducted. So that was a lovely right hand, then backed it up with the jab, Mahmood, and again. Sharper shots from Rames Mahmood. Oh, fast hands from Bateson, that left hook to finish it. Beautiful.
they're actually they're not that clean of scoring shots, but it's flashy, and you notice it, don't you? The change in pace, acceleration in pace, sometimes in work, so important.
A bit of last-minute footwork there from Mahmood to avoid the left hand, but he didn't avoid it that time. Bateson tags him, then leads with the left hook once more. One minute of round 6 remaining. Bateson going to work this time, landing the body shot in the clinch. Bit of a mark there, right on the forehead of Bateson as he lands with a lovely body shot, then the lead uppercut, and they're in close.
So there was a cut above the left eye there of Jack Bateson.
Shot again from Mahmood on the way in there, the left hand. And it's been another good round for Bateson, but perhaps the cleanest work we've seen from Mahmood in the fight so far.
It's been a little bit rougher, but I think Bateson's coped with it quite well, hasn't he? Still boxed lovely on the retreat. Good work.
Definitely a mark or a cut on the left eye of Bateson.
Oh, lovely.
But a good round. Mahmood giving the best he's giving in the fight so far, but Bateson responding in kind. Starting to get a bit tasty. 6 rounds in, still plenty of time for something to happen in this bout.
It was a little bit rougher, wasn't it? I think that's what Mahmood was trying to do, trying to make it a little bit more of a rougher fight, but I still think that Bateson coped with that pressure quite well again and still able to get off the cleaner shots.
We talked about Mahmood coming forward. We just saw in that little exchange there. Starts to walk forward, then Bateson just catches him. It's only off the gloves or off the forehead, but it just stops him in his tracks.
Bateson's very clever. He got lovely movement around the target, so it's easier said than done. But I do think Mahmood's just it's been a little bit of route one at times, and I think that's just got him in a little bit of trouble. And when you're in against a good mover like Bateson,
Seconds out.
you don't want to commit to throwing the punches when you should. You're just trying to get your foot too close, wait too long, and then you get outscored. That allows Bateson to rally up combinations or solid jab, and that's what's been the sort of the tail of the fight so far.
Round 7. Again, Mahmood looking to come forward, but Bateson, let's go with the left hand again. Tries to get away with the footwork before Mahmood gobbles him up in the middle of the ring.
But that's better for Mahmood because he's taking a shot on the gloves and firing off it. I think that's a better idea for him. So that doesn't allow Bateson any luxury to set up his attacks. He has to react to Mahmood then every time. Right idea there from Mahmood, but lovely good upper body movement there from Bateson to make him miss.
Starting to get a bit scrappier in there now, isn't it? Bateson just catching Mahmood with the left hand and then trying to get the uppercut away, and Mahmood lets the hands go himself, but
that's nice there from Bateson, and again.
Oh, left hand from Bateson when he gets there before Mahmood, who was looking to throw the right hand.
Nice left hook there in that combination from Mahmood. But again, if you just get lower and roll as he comes forward, just move that head a little bit more. The footwork and the upper body movement of Bateson has been fantastic tonight. You'll always think about the punches he's thrown, but I think the movement, he's been constantly changing direction all the time. Bending the legs, rolling under shots, been really good.
Better from Mahmood, he had to take one to give two.
Good left hook there from Jack Bateson.
Towards the end of round 7, 10 scheduled. Mahmood.
That was better from Mahmood. That's the first time I've seen him rally off a combination.
And there we go. The Bateson flurry at the end of the round as we've become accustomed to, but it's Mahmood who lands right on the bell. Another good round. Interesting fight. Again, we're seeing the full repertoire of Bateson. What we're also seeing is a cut that's being given some treatment above the left eye.
I think that's a cut over both eyes, but that one's obviously a lot worse, that one over that left eye.
Yeah, because the right eye was the one where the referee signalled
yeah.
the clash in the heads.
Again, I think that was a bit of a rougher round again. And Mahmood had more success than he did in any previous round, so that'll be encouraging signs for them. But now he needs to build on that success and really put the pressure on Bateson now if he can.
Seconds out. Round 8.
3 rounds remaining here in Leeds. The English title is on the line. Ramez Mahmood still looking to walk down Bateson. Spoiling more of Bateson's good work than he was in the early rounds. But Bateson still with the more eye-catching shots, eye-catching flurries of punches.
That's nice from Bateson there, lovely one too. Oh, good hook though back there from Mahmood.
Given the amount of shots Bateson's thrown and the amount of punishment that Mahmood has absorbed, admittedly most of it off the gloves and the arms, he's got a heck of an engine, isn't he?
Oh yeah. It's a difficult fight for both. One's pushing the pace and having little success, and the one who's having all the success is the one who's having to fight at that other guy's pace and having to react.
A nice shot from Bateson, but Mahmood keeps walking forward.
And a tough kid named Mahmood, to be fair. Real tough kid. That's good there from Jack Bateson, little flurry and escaping.
And that just change of angle and getting the uppercut away Bateson as well.
See, I think Mahmood's getting too close there, just smothering his own work at times. It's a good left hand there from Bateson, and a little spin, but his feet got caught up.
I think the Ilford crew behind us were claiming that as a knockdown as Bateson again throws the right hook and looks to step out, but this time Mahmood steps across.
I think it was Barry Smith in the corner. Straight away, good shot.
A jab from Mahmood, and then
lovely.
Bateson throws the right hand and steps out.
Yeah, it's lovely from Bateson. Yeah, no, that's good from Mahmood. Again, there's not loads of success, but he's landing with a couple of shots. Nice, lovely jab there from Jack Bateson. Using the ropes as well to get a bit of rhythm to his work.
Oh, good shot though from Mahmood. Right hand forces Bateson onto the ropes.
Oh, lovely left hand there from Bateson in the southpaw stance. Real long shot.
Well, 2 rounds remain. Attention being paid to that cut again of Bateson. Another round where he certainly did the more eye-catching work, Jack Bateson, but Mahmood, a bit more success, as you see there, getting through with the left and the right.
Yeah, and I just feel like, again, just feel that the cleaner work is from Bateson. That's it, Mahmood's pushing the force and the pace and having more success in the last couple of rounds than he's had throughout the fight, I feel. Hoping that maybe some of the cleaner work is from Bateson, but he's making it more interesting.
Seconds out. Round 9.
And following this bout, we will be hearing from the winner. So do stick with us. Once the final result has been announced, provided it goes the distance, of course. This is round 9. Still any result a possibility here at Ellen Road. Getting good quick hands from Bateson.
Yeah, they were there, but actually a lot of them didn't actually hit the target, did they? If any. He's going to get a point here, I think. Yep.
Confirmation then. A point off for Jack Bateson in round 9.
Oh, good. Oh, it's a lovely right hook there from Bateson. And also that dipped the legs out of Mahmood.
Well, he still keeps walking forward, Ramez Mahmood.
So I'm not sure if it bent the legs, so I'm not sure if you can bend his legs. Takes a great shot, doesn't he?
From
right
Mahmood.
hook. Yeah. It was really a nice little short right hook there from Mahmood. Oh, it's lovely from Bateson. Nice long right hand and a long but shorter left hook.
It's a lovely variation to the work of Bateson, because we've been talking about those combinations where a few shots have missed and it's quick hands, but then every now and then he'll just have a lovely long lead right. Really unpredictable from Jack Bateson.
Oh, he bent his legs for the first time there. Mahmood's got low. That's a good work.
Bateson's done really well to keep the hands free for an amount of time there. And both men looking to load up and both thinking better of it.
Oh, nice little short left hook there from Mahmood coming forward.
But again, he throws it and lands it, but then gets in close, and there's no way to follow it up from Mahmood.
It's a little bit too close up here there sometimes. You can't fault the effort though, can you?
Absolutely not.
No, it's all. Oh, good shot from Bateson there. Just dipped the shoulders so that he was going to go low and come over the top with that right hand.
9 rounds done, 1 to go, a point off for Bateson in that round. If we do go to the cards, how valuable might that point be? Last round of the fight coming up, last round of the evening coming up. We've seen some great prospects tonight, but we've been counting down to this moment. Jack Bateson versus Ramez Mahmood. The biggest fight of both of their professional careers, and this is the biggest round. Mahmood has been brave as a lion. He's been under the pump for a lot of this fight. He's had a game plan, he's stuck to it, as has Jack Bateson. He's been cut. He's certainly thrown the more eye-catching shots. Jack Bateson. But one last round, one last opportunity for both of these men to take it out of the judges' hands. And a nice left hand to start the round there from Bateson, but Mahmood chases him down.
Well, you think Mahmood's got to sort of throw the kitchen sink in there, hasn't he? He's got to throw from further out and keep throwing. Like that. But not stop then when he gets in close and allow Bateson to fire back like he did then. And Bateson got to be fleet-footed, keep changing direction. Sharp combinations, pivoting on the front foot to escape.
Left hand there from Bateson, perhaps a little bit close, but still lands the telling shot in the exchange.
Nice jab there from Bateson. And a hook as well there. and just dips low enough to tie Mahmood up. See what I mean? He dips low there, Mahmood, gets his front foot in the right position and just didn't let his hands go quick enough.
Well, 90 seconds to go.
All blocked there by Mahmood, to be fair. Jack Bateson let his hands go a little flurry, but it was all blocked.
Neither of these men have a record of stoppages or late ones. Just 2 in his 11 wins for Mahmood, just 3 in his 14 for Bateson.
Nice little body shot in that exchange there from Mahmood.
And lands the left hook, Mahmood, but then gets caught by Bateson on the way out. Body shot there from Bateson.
Really dug that in, didn't he? Really careful what leaning on the neck there of Mahmood there, Bateson. Oh, good work. They've on both actually, but Mahmood's first of all.
Final flurry, Mahmood lands with the right hook. Bateson still standing in close, and then just steps away and looks to land a Hollywood right hand. And then some lefts on the way out, but 10 good rounds, both men hearing the final bell, which they deserve to do. One will have their hand raised as the English super bantamweight champion. But immediate takeaways from that fight, Barry. Mahmood, heck of an engine. Bateson, such a class.
Yeah, and a good engine himself, to be fair, you know, because that was a difficult fight there for Bateson. He had to react to everything, and I know what it's like, that's a difficult thing to do. But he did, you know, in bursts of flashy combinations, and then even in those rounds there where Mahmood seemed to be doing the more pressure and maybe was winning some of the rounds or making them competitive. Bateson just at the last sort of 10 seconds, 20 seconds of the round, he'd flurry to try and just nick it, and he might have done that a couple of times. But I would tend to think that the quality of Bateson's work, especially in the early rounds and the movement he had, even Mahmood was always coming forward, I felt that was probably enough to nod him the win there.
Well, that is the boxing complete for the evening. We will be hearing from the winner post-fight. Couple of dates for your diary. Join us tomorrow. MTK Global head up to Newcastle. As for Bateson Promotions, it's Pride and Glory on the 19th of November. Tickets still available, and that is at the Ellen Road Pavilion. So join us for that. Debuts for Bagnall, Wisher and Davidson, Learmonth and Pickles, and of course, the guest of honour will be Frank Bruno. But right now, appreciation for these two men, Bateson and Mahmood, who now have to wait while the totals are counted. There was that point deduction for Jack Bateson as well. Plenty of respect between the two as well. 10 tough rounds, and Mahmood definitely grew into the fight.
He did, yeah. I think Bateson had the fast start. I think Mahmood's idea was to make Bateson tired, put pressure on him. I felt at the time the idea was right, but the execution maybe wasn't as good as what they wanted it to be. He wasn't threatening enough. The pressure was there, but it wasn't intense enough to make Bateson panic and get him out of his rhythm. But listen, the effort from both is commendable. That's a hard 10 rounds.
Well, Nico has the result. Jack Bateson and Rames Mahmood are in the middle. Who is the English champion?
And the scorecards read: Judge Terry O'Connor scores the contest 97-92. Judge John Latham scores the contest 97-92. And Judge Phil Edwards scores the contest 99-90. A unanimous decision for the winner and the new English Super Bantamweight champion from Leeds, Jack Bateson.
Well, Bateson becomes English champion on home soil at a venue that has been so kind to him throughout his professional career. That is 15 fights undefeated for the 27-year-old Leodensian. He raises Ramez Mahmoud's hand to the sky because that was a heck of a 10 rounds. He had to work hard, but ultimately, Barry Jones, it was a good 10 rounds. It was a 10 rounds where he deserved to become champion, and he's worked hard and earned that belt that's now around his waist.
Yeah, he has. I just think the fact that the movement was really sharp in the early rounds. He was really on target. The concentration was great. Moving around the target, firing off combinations. I thought he boxed really well. I thought he boxed tremendously well, and then and Mahmoud was constantly putting him under pressure all the time with the feet, making him work hard. But I think Bateson felt quite comfortable in doing that. He was allowed to move back, widen the legs, take a little bounce in the step, rattle off combinations, spin on the front foot, get back into the safe ground and move around. Mahmoud kept piling forward in the later rounds, made that pressure tell at times, but it wasn't enough. I think as well the fitness has to be, as you were commended from Mahmoud, the fitness of Bateson. He filled the tank up tonight, and those legs never failed him, the hands speed never failed him, and more importantly, that technical ability that we knew he had as an amateur was still evident today, and that's what got him over the line in what was the best win of his career, and what do you hope will catapult him into bigger fights now. That's the first step, a big major title domestically, and he'll look on now for push for the British title, but certainly in his next fight, you would feel, and then who knows from there. It's a division that's full of quality, certainly worldwide and even domestically, and it'd be interesting to see what he has to say. Now he's with Dave Rogers.
Belt around your waist, fantastic 10 rounds in front of a home crowd. What are your immediate feelings?
I'm buzzing. You know what it is? A long time coming outside. Not necessarily from the bottom, but I came off the GB squad. Everyone else was signing with these big promoters and whatnot. Turned pro with my own man. Started boxing on these shows, small hall shows. Worked my way up. Signed with MTK Global. A couple of fights later, English champion. And you know what? It was not a good performance. I've been ill all week, and I even had thoughts of thinking, fucking, how can I fight? I was goosed after one or two rounds, but you know what? I showed the champion spirit. I pulled through. We're on it, man. On to the next one.
Well, let's talk about the fight itself then. 10 rounds, 10 hard rounds. There was some slick, some sharp work from you, but your opponent this evening, he made you work for it. He kept coming forward. You had to earn that belt.
Yeah, for sure. I knew he was gonna. I've watched him. Tough man. Been sparring in a great camp, getting great rounds. I knew he was coming for it. He was coming to win.
Certainly was. You're the English champion now. You're 15 fights undefeated. Have you got a plan? I know Christmas is coming. You're going to want to put your feet up. You deserve it. You're English champion. But looking forward to 2022, what do you want and what can we expect?
Well, for now, I'm going to have a short break. My missus is heavily pregnant. She's due next week. My fiance Greta, she's at home. She's probably in bed. Waiting for our baby to arrive next week, and have a little bit of time off over Christmas, and we're coming for all the belts now. Next year, MTK Global, they're going to take me places, and I want titles now, and you're going to see a lot better from me.
Let's talk about this crowd and this event. It was all counted down to your headline fight, but we saw that the future of Leeds boxing is great. What about the people here who've come to support you and the people who are watching at home?
I'm blessed to be from a city like Leeds, honestly. Ever since I was a young kid, they've showed the support. They've come out to these shows, whether I was with a big team like MTK Global or just an amateur boxing 3 rounds. They come and they show the support, and I love my city. Thank you very much for all your support, and we're going to go all the way.
Huge congratulations this evening. Enjoy the celebrations and good luck with the birthday young'un as well.
Thank you very much, appreciate it.
Well, huge congratulations to Jack. He becomes the English champion on a night of success for Leeds boxing. The promotion are back here next Friday. Tickets are still available, so if you enjoyed watching from home, then why not come down and experience it yourself. As for MTK Global, they head to Newcastle tomorrow. You can watch that one live on IFL TV. It's been an absolute pleasure. Leeds is a great boxing city. On to another one tomorrow. Newcastle, we'll see you then. Goodbye.